Hello, and welcome. The hood's in the way. Damn it! Hello, and welcome. That's just going off. Welcome to Dice and Mimics, a show where I DM for this bunch of annoying people, and they annoy me, and I annoy them, and eventually we try to kill each other. But it's all in good fun. As usual, joining me tonight are my usual players. We have Annette as Talia Darkfawn.
Hello, darlings.
We have Ben as both Valdizian and Urt.
Good evening.
We have Steph as Vienna and potentially a second character tonight, depending how things go.
Second, maybe older character. But
Yep.
hi.
We have Reese as Blossom.
I've got my microphone switched on now, haven't I?
Yes,
We can hear you.
Technical
We are professionals,
difficulties.
everybody.
And finally, we have Aaron as Xandal.
Hello.
To get it out the way, Sirenscape, brilliant. I use it. Other
You
people
should use
use
it.
it. Everyone should use it. Woo! Anyway, but yeah, if you see me having to fight with it, that's because I'm an idiot, not because Sirenscape is hard to use. I literally am just an idiot and forget to queue things up. Next up, have we got any announcements from the cheap seats?
Chiefs.
Do you want to mention merch?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I keep
Merch.
mentioning
Bye, merch.
we actually have this sticker, but we also have brand new stickers added. If you look in the About section on the twitch.tv/Dice and Mimics
Down below.
channel, down below, you'll notice that each tile has a mimic. There's a clipboard one. There's the art palette one, which is obviously because I do all the artwork. And there's other mimics. All of those mimics are now available as stickers on the merch website. So yeah, go check it out.
Get merch.
And then from me, hello to our friends over at YouTube. So we were streaming on my personal channel, which was Jeffa Cates Games. We have moved, and we are now on Dice and Mimics on Twitch, and we are also on Dice and Mimics on YouTube. We are simulcasting to 2 different platforms right now. So hello to everybody over at YouTube. Hello to everybody on Twitch. This is going to be...
And we also have closed captions on YouTube for those hard of sight.
Yeah. So that's the advantage of watching over at YouTube. Over on Twitch, you've got, you know, all of your standard Twitch emotes and everything, which is the advantage of watching on Twitch.
And you can talk to us with the chat on Twitch.
Yes. So that's going to be a new thing going forward. Permanently, we're going to be streaming on both platforms on YouTube and Twitch, which is the advantage of being not tied into a contract. So we can do those things. Yay! That's pretty much my announcement. If you haven't already followed, subscribed, go and subscribe over on YouTube because our back catalogue's on there as well. That's it.
Okay. And with that, I think we're ready for a little bit of a recap. So, last time, Armatae had continued sailing, making their way around the coastlines towards Minas Pengoli, coming across some abandoned salt golems, which took Blossom for a dip in the sea. We discovered that Vengeance Paladins can cast haste, which is goddamn scary. They discovered a smuggler's cave and discovered part of the consequences of the war with Voda-Woed, but also got some, bits of loot as well, so that worked out for them. They discovered a abandoned ghost ship just drifting with no signs of combat, and tried to discover what they could about that, but ultimately failed. They met 3 kobolds in a coat trying to sell them fish, who they tried to adopt, but obviously,
They didn't trust us. I'm
no,
sad.
no. Kobold, a group of 3 kobolds in a coat are not going to trust you at first sight. How suspicious. And finally, they arrived at Minas Pengoli after introducing themselves to members of the Sapphire Spears, the guards down at the docks, and saying that they were invited by Lady Ilauva Dawn. The guards went to confirm this and then returned with a letter of introduction from Lady Ilauva, which would effectively pay for a night at any of the inns the group wanted to stay at until they could be escorted up to the city and to her home the next day. The party made their way to the Wind in the Sails Inn, the sort of middle ground tavern. They decided against the rough and ready, and they also decided against the hoity-toity, and went for the middle ground. Made their way there and were greeted, set up with rooms, and told that meals were prepared and they were able to go to sleep. Oh, and that is where we will pick up as you awaken the next morning in the Wind and the Sails. The sound of seagulls going past outside and the shouts of dock workers heading to their shifts. What would you all like to do?
Kind of going back, because we ended as the food turned up. Did we get a full background on why what happened with the accident with the family?
We didn't. They basically said that what was it, that they thought that there was assassination attempts and other things, but there was no proof, and nobody actually really knows what happened.
So, when you had mentioned that you were part of Lady Alalva Dawn's sort of group of friends, they had mentioned about how she is the last of the Dawn family, and you guys had inquired, and they said that about 100 years ago, the rest of the family died, some from a disease, some from suspicious accidents, some from genuine accidents, and they said that Lady Alalva also had caught said disease, but fortunately had survived. It's why she is so albino, effectively.
I probably wouldn't have mentioned it myself, but within that meal and that discussion with the barkeep, would any of us have asked about the demon flying round, the devil flying round?
No,
Val
none of you
probably
had asked about that yet.
Okay. Not really a breakfast conversation either. It's more of a ask over drinks sort of thing.
Second breakfast conversation.
Well,
Yeah.
like I say, if you guys want to continue from dinner being provided, then we can go from there. I just assumed you guys would want to start the next day. But if you want to continue from there, that's absolutely fine.
I'm just wondering if there's any more information we can get from the tavern keeps whilst over like an evening thing. But it's if anybody else has got any other questions. If not, we can start from the next day.
What's the consensus? I'm not bothered.
Yeah, Xandal just really isn't phased. He was just happy to get a bath.
Just get a bath, get a meal, and get some rest.
Yeah.
We've been at sea for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So your rooms are comfortable. There are baths provided. They're not like the onsen at the Jigging Jester. They are just sort of hand-drawn baths that the maids sort of bring up pitchers of hot water and fill for you. But after 2 weeks at sea, it is glorious. And you all get scrubbed up clean and have a wonderful night's rest in much comfier beds than you've had again for the past 2 weeks compared to, hammocks and bunks. This feels very luxurious. Dawn comes the next morning, and as I said, you can hear the sound of the gulls, dock workers going to work, the beginnings of cries from sort of further out at the warehouse districts of this dock. And after about 2 hours after sunup, the maids go along and they're knocking on all your doors just to make you aware that breakfast is ready whenever you want it.
Go down and get some grub.
Breakfast. Nom nom nom.
Okay, so you head down, and there is sort of a buffet style breakfast at this inn. You can see that there is like a big vat of porridge. There's some like locally smoked kippers. There is what looks like maybe a kedgeree of some kind. Anything that they can easily get in the docks, effectively. You don't see a massive amount of grains or vegetables or even bread. It's a lot of very much dock side food here. And
Mm.
obviously there is breakfast ale or watered down wine if you would prefer.
Breakfast ale.
Breakfast ale.
Breakfast ale, and I'll probably grab a pastry or something.
There are no pastries.
Something to eat. I don't care what.
Yeah.
She's not doing it for flavour. She's doing it for the act of looking like she's eating, and she's pretending to
Okay.
breathe and trying to be more alive than she would normally around the group because she's in a foreign land and she's nervous.
Okay.
Considering we're about to go through some portals and Val doesn't know what's going to happen on the other side, he's going to have a bigger breakfast than usual just to expect, like, there might not be lunch, and lunch might be crap, or lunch might be something that I can't eat. So I'm just going to make sure that Val gets something substantial in his...
Yeah.
No, like, I don't know. It might be something super weird that only, certain races eat. I don't know.
Don't think that any of the races generally have like different digestive tracts or stuff.
I'm basically doing the convention thing. The breakfast is paid for me, so I'm gonna just eat as much as I can.
The female owner from last night, Bridget Aldray, goes, "Oh, well, you're having a lot, aren't you, dear?"
Got to stuck up. Got to stay strong.
Oh, well, I'm sure when you go see Lady Alava, she'll have a nice banquet ready for you later on this evening. She's always good about that sort of thing.
Wonderful.
Any other advice before we go and see her? Like, you seem to know that she sets up banquets and stuff. Have you got...
Oh, well, that's just hearsay, really. The one thing I would say is she sort of looks around your group and goes, just keep your heads down. There are some people up in the main city who don't take kindly to non-elves.
Oh, I have a perfect idea, and I'm going to pull up my hood and then wave my hand across my face and hide my face. How's this?
Oh, well, that's well, certainly gives you an air of mystery.
I mean, do the horns not give it away? But I suppose I could just pretend it's a headdress or something. It's
The
part of the hood.
horns do kind of give it away.
Oh,
but
what about my tail? Hang on. And then she'll like tuck her tail into her pants. How's this? Do I look more elvish now?
Vienna's just
less
raised an
tiefling.
eyebrow, just like.
Why are you trying to hide it? Like, I have fucking wings, like...
I could easy. I mean, you can't really hide what you... I mean, you could use your cloak to hide your wings.
True.
Wait,
Very
you
true.
still have that cloak, don't you?
Yes, as far as I'm
Aaron,
aware.
It's
You're
not
on
really
mute.
going to hide the scales or anything, though, so I don't really think you're going to be able to pretend.
Well, again, just obviously, if you're Lady Alava's guests, you'll probably have a guard escort anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. But don't expect a warm welcome everywhere.
I mean, I'm used to that. Most cities don't like tieflings, or they mistrust us anyway, so... Not really any different for me. I'm used to it.
But yes, for others of you, it may be a slightly new experience. But just bear with it. You can tell.
It happens.
You could tell there's more she wants to say. At the same time, she knows she can't say. Like you see her eyes glancing at other patrons here in the inn, and you get very much the case of if she badmouths certain people, it may end up getting back to those people, and she doesn't want to risk her business.
Sounds fair.
Just to double check, how long does that writ cover us? Because if things go badly on the other side, we might need to come back here to regroup to then sail off the next day or whatever. Do the rooms remain ours for a period of time, or do we need to pay some extra gold to keep them for empty
the letter
for like...
just says one night.
Lady Alava puts you up. So if you go to leave, we'll put you up again, and we'll just charge it to her account. I'm sure she won't mind.
Okay, no, sounds good.
Unless she's the reason why we have to leave, then she's probably not going to cover it, and she'll be angry. But we can get Mahan to deal
we've
with
got
it.
gold.
I'm sure Baras can do something for us.
If that was the case, I would not expect you to be coming to an inn. I'd expect you to be running.
Fair point.
She
Fair
felt
point, well
bad.
made.
Lady Alava is a member of the council and one of the two ruling families. So, yes, if
Fair
you do
enough.
something to upset her, she can mobilize
life
the armies
difficult
if she
for
wants
us.
to. But until her messengers arrive, obviously, enjoy your morning. If you need anything, just ask.
Thank you.
Welcome. And she bustles off, and you can see as she's like cleaning plates from tables and just generally making sure that the sort of morning crowd is served.
Val is
Forgotten how
gonna.
much-
Oh, I'll let you go.
I was just going to say I've forgotten how much of a bother it is to breathe. How do you guys cope?
Val's going to be doodling in like a little stack of papers that he's got. He's trying to remember exactly the Nemowind sigil that he had, the two dogs.
Oh yeah.
And he's trying to sketch it out so that he can potentially at some point go to somewhere to get a clasp made. Because at the moment he's just got like a standard clasp. He kind of wants to get something that's more intrinsic to Tritherion.
Don't you have your fake Tritherion thing?
I've got that as a symbol that hangs around my neck. I don't think I've got that as like a clasp. Whereas
No,
like
I thought you had it. You had it as a brooch to give you a bonus to AC because you ditched your armor for the wings,
that was
wasn't it?
a draconic brooch.
Oh, was it? Oh,
shaped
okay.
like
For
a-
some
that
reason I
was
thought that was.
shaped like a curled up dragon. That was the
Yeah.
brooch.
Shit,
Whereas like if I can combine elements and like try and make something magical, happy days. If not, I just kind of want to. Val's trying to get back to like praying on a daily basis and trying to get a little bit closer to his god. So that's one of the things that he's going to try and do. Just whilst passing time.
Yeah, roll a history check. Let's see how well you can remember what that sigil looked like.
Okay.
Considering the last time you saw it was in half.
18.
18. You sort of start sketching and you feel like you've got the main shape right. The problem is the details. You can't. They're very fuzzy and you're having problems remembering them.
That's fair.
You're going to have to spend a bit more time ruminating on that.
It's going to be over a period of time. It's just whilst we've got downtime, he's going to start designing some stuff.
Something I should mention, Xandal. You are muted, good sir, if you are talking.
He's been talking for ages, and I didn't even notice. To be honest, yeah, you're muted. We can't hear you.
I don't
Muted
think your
though.
mic's working.
Oh, that would be just. We just sorted out his mic, his webcam.
His camera.
And now his mic's died.
Oh no.
Did he say hello in the intro?
He did.
He did. So is this a recent break? Oh dear.
Tech
No.
problems. We
No.
get rid of a
Okay.
glitch on the webcam and
Tech problems. No.
nope,
You might have
nothing
to
heard.
swap to your. You might have to swap to your phone. Oh no, wait, you can't because.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone. Let's
It
try
might be
reconnecting.
resetting.
Ah, Steph, you're taking up 2 squares now.
How about now?
we can hear you,
there we go.
but there's no
Hey,
webcam.
now.
Can't see you.
Hey!
Yay!
Oh.
There we go.
Xandal,
There we go.
Yes.
those mood swings you've been having whilst on the ship.
Oh crap! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, hang on. You don't feel anything this morning. You feel normal.
Ew.
Nothing happens this morning.
Okay. Yeah,
Probably a
Xander
good
will
thing for
likely
us.
just be sat right next to Val, probably working on designs for the battery.
Yep. Okay.
So they're both just sat next to each other doodling.
Okay. The
Doodle
Tolerate
boys.
Doodle
doodlers
boys.
are doodling.
I'm
Okay.
gonna start scratching a penis on the side of the table or something with a tag.
As you do that, a ladle just slaps your hand, and
Oh.
Bridget Aldreist then goes, "I'll not be having that from the sailors, and I'll not be having it from you.
I'm sorry. They were doodling. I wanted to join in, and I don't have any paper.
I can get you some paper if you want."
Yes, please.
Don't
Xander
go
just
facing
hands her
my
a blank
table.
piece of parchment.
Thank you. And then I'll start drawing a dick on the paper.
Fine. And she walks off.
For a second, I didn't
Probably
picture
like
it as a blank piece of parchment. It was just one of those kiddie activity pages that you get,
what
like
I
the
was
crayons.
thinking.
What goes into this square hole?
You need any crayons? Yeah.
I like crayons.
So, you guys spend the morning eating and doodling. And after a couple of hours, you hear as there is a gentle knock from the inn door, and you see stood there a member of, to you, the guards. These people in this blue leather armor with these spears with a blue metal spearhead, and you see them go, I've come to collect Armatae.
I'll wave.
That'll be us.
So you sort of see him look at you, his eyes rake over you all, landing on Blossom, Valdizian, and Xandal, and his lip sort of curls a little bit.
Wait, they don't like halflings?
They don't like anyone but elves here.
Oh, so my trick worked then.
He sort of glances at you, and you see like this puzzled look on his face until he just sort of shrugs and he goes,
Does he react to Ert as well?
yeah,
Yeah.
curls his lip at her as well. And he just sort of goes, follow me, and turns around and walks out.
Well, let's go.
Guess that's
You
our
ready
ride.
for
Xandal kind of just
some
shoves all
boring
his
hoity-toity
paperwork
stuff,
away.
Fiona?
Huh?
Are you ready for some boring hoity-toity stuff, Fiona?
I should be used to it by now.
I mean, Vienna, you've been here, you've met the council, so
Yeah, I know what they're like.
yeah, you
Are they
you've
really
met-
shitty?
Yeah, they're not great.
yeah, from
Wonderful.
from amongst them, Lady Alava was one of the better ones.
Mm.
Right
But
then.
This guard, and there's a small squad of them outside who sort of like form up around you, sort of two at the front, two at the back, leading you through the docks, and you eventually come to the base of this cliff where you can see the docks are growing out of the cliff. Like there's literally roots connected into the rock of the cliff. This whole set of docks that you've been walking on is just one grown piece of wood, like a giant mangrove that's been grown and cultivated to become living docks coming from the base of this cliff. And as you are walking, you can see there are, even at this time of the morning, there are queues of people. You can see like merchants, what looks to be just general travelers, people like peddlers pushing carts. There's big like full wagons being pulled by teams of horses, and they're all going towards this same place you are. And as you were escorted past, you can see people sort of looking at you and sort of mumbling, and there's a few people who are doing the very typical thing of, why do they get special treatment? Why do they get to skip the line sort of thing? Very much of that ilk. There was. I had sound effects on rather than music currently, so
Oh, there we go. I can hear it now.
okay. But yeah,
I'm
so
not getting anything.
Well, I can see the bars moving on Sirenscape, so it is broadcasting. It's just very quiet because it's just ambience.
Oh, it was too quiet. Yeah. I've got it.
okay.
I had it
But yeah,
quite
you
turned down.
But yeah, you guys are escorted, and as going past all of these places, you eventually come up to what looks like a small series of pavilions. These like marble pavilions, and you can see like guards stationed, stopping people from pushing into these pavilions. There's a queue going to each of them. And then there's a larger pavilion, which is where like the big horse-drawn carts are going to. And you can see, stood in front of each pavilion, there is a elf, grey cloaked elf with a big book in front of them. And they're calling people forward and talking to them, and then sort of like running a finger down something in the book. And you can see some people are being like then sort of paying a toll and being allowed into these circles, which flash and they vanish. But some people are being like the fingers going down, and they're sort of looking at them and turning them away, and sometimes the guards have to physically push them out of the line.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people you can see being turned away are half elves. Like you can see by the shape of the ears, there's a lot of half elves and humans being refused entry. And as you come towards the front of the line, you can hear one going, "No, no, I live here. I live in Minas Pengoli." and you hear one of the person in the grey cloak going, "I'm afraid you're not on the updating city roster, so you do not live in Minas Pengoli. Goodbye." And that person just being like dragged away by the guards, and it's just sort of like very much like, okay, that's
a
the
thing.
thing. And as you guys are coming towards the front, you can see as well, like, you guys aren't the only people getting special treatment. You can see like pure elves in like very rich clothing, just walking straight past the lines, not even paying attention to the lines at all, and reaching the front, and like these grey cloaked individuals going, "Oh, welcome, welcome, please, please," and just allowing them straight onto the teleportation circles. As your guards reach one of the circles, they go to the grey cloaked individual and go, "Guests of Lady Alauva to be allowed up to the city. They should be listed under Armatae." And you see the grey cloaked individual go, "Yes, yes, they are here." Looks up, looks at all of you, and again, glancing at you all, the just that lip curl and just the sneer and just the very much like the only like they glance at like Vienna and they're like, "Okay, fair enough," but the rest of you just get this very much sneer and being looked down on.
I'm gonna have like the two
You don't even know what
robots
I
just
am.
kind of like just stand up just a little bit taller, like right behind me.
Peering over the deck.
Val stood behind Xandal, sees this, and he just grabs the back of his trousers and kind of lifts him slightly higher as well to try and help him stand taller.
What's your strength score, Val?
I have a +3 and a 16.
That's fine. So that's not difficult. I'm not going to make you make a
I'm
check
not trying
for
to
that.
lift him off the
Xandal's not
ground.
that
I'm
heavy.
just like almost on his tippy toes and just like
Yeah.
holding his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just use thermatage to make my eyes glow that little bit brighter in the hood, so it's just this black void with these glowing coals of hell.
You can see
Embers of hell.
you can see a couple of beads of sweat coming down this poor elf's forehead, but they've got to go onto the circle, please. And the guards sort of move with you onto this large sapphire inscribed circle in this marble, and you hear just this growing hum, and the guards go, "Fair warning, this can be a bit disorienting for first timers." And then
It can't be worse than the misadventure.
Yeah.
That one time.
and as you open up your eyes after that flash of blue light and a rushing sensation, you're no longer able to smell the sea or hear the seagulls. Instead, you are now stood looking out from another similar pavilion, but behind you are the green coloured walls of the city itself, and you are looking out over a thriving marketplace. It's just like the actual cobbles themselves are this like sea foam green, and you can see people moving everywhere. You can see again these teleportation circles flashing, and you see one where this giant cart filled with ale barrels being pulled by draft horses just appears and immediately pulls off and starts like moving down a side street, obviously to go deliver its cargo. You can see warehouses, you can see shops, market stalls. This whole area is just thriving and moving, as you can hear.
Yes.
I don't know what you were saying.
Well, we don't know
So-
every language under the sun, do we?
Buy my fish! £1 fish!
Yeah, I mean, most people, like, glancing around, most people here are elven or half-elven. There is a very small percentage who are not. And from those that are here, you look at them and they are very much like, they look like they're here to just make deliveries, or here to try and sell something. They don't look like they actually live here. And as your guards sort of like usher you off the circle and start moving you through. Just gonna change some of that up. That hawker was way too loud.
My cat just get the
He
shit
just
out.
wanted to sell his fish, goddammit. Like,
Yeah. Got to take lessons from the 3 kobolds.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So as they start, your guards start escorting you down through this ward, and ahead of you now you can see, dominating the skyline ahead of you, you can see to your left a sort of 100 to 120 foot tall ebony tower. To your right, a matching ivory tower, and in the center, this grey stone tower that's only about 100, maybe 80 feet tall. Not as tall as the other 2 towers, but it's sat directly in the center of the city. And this is what dominates the skyline ahead of you. As your guards begin escorting you through this ward of the city, what would you all like to do?
Licking me.
I
Cat
mean,
keeps licking me. What the fuck?
if the guards are escorting us, I'm pretty much gonna stick within the group to stay with the guards,
Yeah.
because I think that's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
the
would.
safest route to get to where
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
not.
to be.
I don't want to explore this town. Like they don't pass the vibe check. they assholes. Let's get this shit over with.
Okay. So, you guys are quickly ushered through this area, this ward of the city, and when you reach sort of, there's no walls separating the ward, like these wards, but you can feel the change in just the general feeling of the city. You move out of the very busy marketplace sort of area. You can no longer hear the hawker, for example, like, and
Literally.
you're now moving into an area that's very much like boutique stores and like jewelers. You can see numerous like clothiers, and the general people moving around have become much more finely dressed. And in fact, you now see the percentage of elven to half elven has now skewed heavily in elven favor. There are not many half elves here, and those that are like, you can see they're either dressed for work or they are following these elven people carrying their bags. Very much that sort of style of thing. And
Slavery that's not slavery.
you
Kind
can
of
I'm
you can
not
see
carrying your bag, Fiona. No.
Vienna's like, No,
And
in all
again, as-
fairness, it's like this place makes Vienna uncomfortable because she's used to being shunned, especially by elves. But here she's not, and it makes her very uncomfortable.
Like, what are they? What's their
They're
game?
up
What's
to
their play
something.
here? They're up to-
Yeah,
What do they want?
Yeah.
but as you guys are moving through here, you see you're getting closer and closer to this stone tower which sits in the center of this sort of promenade. And here there are some walls, but you can see the walls here sort of like surround and intersect with this stone tower. If you looked at this city from above, you would see there would be the round outside wall, and then inside there is almost an infinity symbol type of wall.
Ooh, that's
And
kind of cool.
in the center of the 2 circles of the infinity symbol are the ivory and ebony tower, and the stone tower is at the intersection. And this promenade leads through this intersection. The guards are leading you through this, and you can see that there is, like I say, there's all these people. And again, the pure elven people are looking at you with just disdain. They're very much just sneering at you and just like sniffing and like turning their head away. The half elves are a lot more interested, but you see a lot of them just sort of glance and then put their heads back down. Very much a case of, I'm at work, I'm meant to be working, can't be caught slacking sort of thing.
some of us are distracted by a very
Get
cute
off!
cat.
I'm being accosted just because it's nearly dinner time, and he's just like, pay attention.
All we can see is just a paw every so often.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
That is why I feed my dogs before stream. But so yeah, these guards lead you to this central, nearly to this central tower, but they then turn right, and you can see that there is a gate here leading into one of these infinity symbol sections, specifically the one with the tall ivory tower. And as they reach it, you can see them talking to, and this is something else you've noticed, whereas down in the docks all the guards were dressed in this blue armor, like this deep blue armor with these spears, you now see around the town these like teal colored scale mailed guards wielding shields and swords, and you get the feeling there's two distinct like guards, two different units of guards here. There's one for the city and one for the docks, and the
Kind
one
of. Is it like a similar divide, like the guards in Grimhaven are not the same as the guards in the palace in the Harm and
yes.
stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah, it very much feels like the difference between the Royal Army and the guards. It's like
Yeah.
the guards are the guards, and then the army is the army. And you can see them sort of talking to them, and they sort of again they check a ledger and they nod, they raise the gate, and you notice this, like these gates are kept like portcullis closed at all times, and you can see over the other side on the other section of this with the ebony tower in, you can see again like noble like pure elves will go up to these guards and the guards will raise the gate and let them in. Anyone else who approaches this gate just gets like mean mugged by the guards, very much like what you want sort of thing, like
You're not
very,
on the list, you
very
can't
much
come
like
in.
yeah, very much like people have to go up to them, submit papers, be checked against the list. And you can see very much like for pure elves this doesn't take very long. For half elves you can see the guards just sort of like flipping through and just wasting time on purpose
And trying to find any reason to like get
Not
rid
let
of
them
them, I'm
in.
guessing.
Yeah.
yeah, very very much so. You can see like they very much like are looking for reasons to not start trouble, but very much like they're looking for a reason. Like it's very much like the case of give me a reason to throw you in a cell sort of thing. But you are allowed into this district with this ivory tower in the center, and entering you can see beautiful estates all made out of this white marble, and everywhere you look there are rolling gardens and beautiful beautiful statues, pieces of artwork. Like you've been in Halcyon Heights and you thought that was decadent. This is on another level. This is, and you realize the reason why. This is, Halcyon Heights is wealth that's been accumulated by humans who live maybe 80 years. This is wealth that's been accumulated by elven families who live to 900. These estates have probably been in the same hands and accumulating money for hundreds of years.
Living off the interest, yeah.
But again, these elves are able to stay active and keep working and keep investing their money for much, much longer. And unlike in Halcyon Heights, where say someone will inherit an estate and like, oh well, I want to put my own stamp on it, so I'll redo the whole garden. This is very much, this is my estate. I've lived in it since I was 30. I'm now 500. I've had all the time I need to make this perfect. This is...
I no longer like standard gold. I like white gold. So I'm going to remove all of the standard gold from all of the walls and turn it into white gold because I just
white
can.
gold. I prefer platinum, darling. Get with the program.
that kind of thing.
It's very much that kind. It's not so much that kind of thing. It's not like nouveau riche, just like changing things every 5 seconds to make it look like it's current with the times. This is old money. This is country estates where it's
Oh,
they
well.
don't need to change anything because they got it right so long ago that it is timeless. And now it's just a case of upkeeping it. But because it's just a case of upkeeping it, it is constantly perfect. And the guards guide you through, and eventually you realize they're not guiding you to a house. They're not guiding you to one of these mansions. As you realize, you arrive at the base of the ivory tower,
Ooh.
and they knock on the there's just this nice like white marble door with like this image of a
Sorry,
sun
that was
on
a
it.
funny thought. Just imagining you knocking on the door and she's like shouting out the window, "Come in!" at the top of the tower. I'll be there in a minute.
But they knock on the door, and the door opens, and you see just like a half-elf butler answers. Just slick back, white hair, looks like he's probably in his half-elves grace more gracefully than humans. So he could be anywhere from sort of late 40s to late 70s. You're not sure. But he sort of goes, is this Armatae? And again, even like looking at this half-elf, the spokesman's guard lip is curling. You can see he's doing his best to hide it though in this situation. He's like, yes, they are here on the request of Lady Ilauva. We leave them with you. If you need anything else, please have Lady Ilauva contact us. Very well, thank you. Please, Armatae, come in.
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. I can't hold it in. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Before stream.
As we pass the guard that's like keeps turning his lip up, I'm just gonna like slap him on the back and just go, "Cheers for getting us here," and just see what his reaction is.
You can see he sort of stumbles, and like there's just this murderous glare, and just for a second you see the arm with the spear twitch, almost bringing it to like ready position.
And I also flick my wings up ever so slightly.
Yep. But
You should hand him a flyer.
but he then straightens himself out, goes, "You're welcome, sir." And then the guards just turn and march away.
See you later. And Val's just like smirking at him, waving.
You turn, and as you turn back around, you see the butler looking at you with just this half smile. He's like trying not to, but you can he's trying to look stern and disapproving, but at the same time he's just like
Even
Val's
kind of looking like, Val, you've got such a way of pissing people off. You're gonna have to
Val's-
teach me that.
Val's just trying to be nice and like it was a
Yeah,
legitimate
that
just like
off,
tap
being
cheers
kind.
for getting us here sort of thing. Didn't realise it was going to upset him so much.
okay. But you guys are escorted into this main foyer area, and you can see that it is like you thought you were walking through refined beauty just in the district. This tower is mind-boggling. The walls are all pure white marble. You can see beautiful works of art adorning the walls. There is this plush carpet beneath your feet that you get the feeling is probably made from like fur. It feels like fur underneath your feet. And you can see the stair, like there's a set of stairs on one side that leads up around the wall of the tower to the next level. And again, it is pure white marble stairs with a gold banister. And as you look at it, you can sort of think, that's probably real gold. That's not gold covering like steel. That is pure gold.
See, most people walking through this will be like, "Oh," but Vienna's just like,
I'm just sitting there like, must not steal something and plant it on a guard. Must not steal something and plant it on a guard, like she did in my arm with that statue stick.
The
"Oh
butler
gosh."
Yes. The butler goes, "If you would all follow me, Lady Ilauva is waiting for you in the sun."
The sunroom, she's gonna like say patronisingly. like to Vienna.
Room. Oh, the sunroom.
So,
He starts climbing this
oh,
set of like marble stairs, and as you all follow him again, it takes you a while to climb these stairs. This is a tall tower.
We should lock him in the freezer.
He's
No,
not that
no.
old. He guides
Oh.
you up the stairs, up to the next level, and you can see this level has been separated out into a couple of rooms. You've come out into a dining room, and you can see that there is like a beautiful stained glass window on one side which you couldn't see from the outside, because of how high up it is up the tower. But it is this beautiful fresco of like this horned elven man holding out his hands towards you with what looks like a sun in it. Stood in a forest. That's what the stained glass window depicts. And you can see like there is this beautiful dining table with beautiful wooden chairs, various like pot plants seated sat around. But there is then, like I say, there is a couple of doors in a wall to one side. You can see there is further across. There is another set of stairs that leads further up the tower.
What colour are the flowers on the pot plants?
The flowers are sort of
Green?
multiple colours. There's red, blues, yellows. There's
Okay.
multiple colours of flower.
Nothing that's distinctly the pot plant that Val gave to Rowan?
No.
Okay.
No, unfortunately not. But he leads you across to one of these doors and opens it up into a much smaller room. This time with, again, you see there is like a floor-to-ceiling window. But this one is currently on the side of the building where the sun is shining in. It's like a morning room, and you can see there is like comfy leather sofas, like nice wicker chairs. There is like a tea service set on a small like coffee table, along with a like cake stand with delicate little cakes. And you see sat in a wingback leather chair facing the window, and just sort of sat there with her eyes closed, just enjoying the sunshine, Lady Dawn. And the butler goes, "Milady, Armatae are here." And she sort of opens her eyes, and you see these pink eyes and the blonde tresses and this very pale skin, and she's wearing a nice like yellow sundress. And she sort of stands up and turns and goes, "Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for answering my invitation. Admittedly, a while after I made it, but I understand that you've probably been busy. Please come in, have seats, have some refreshments."
thank you. I mean, you know, we did just come from a war and stuff, so we wanted to have a little downtime before we came over, and we thought, why not visit you? Because I remember you saying Rowan works for you, right?
Oh yes, Rowan.
She's an old friend of us. We'd very much like to see how she is.
Oh,
She
well,
must be doing quite well if she's working for you.
well, working for me. I'm more sponsoring her, and certain elements that she is associated with.
Hmm.
And she
Oh.
sort of glances at the butler and goes, "That'll be all, Jeffrey. Thank you." And he goes, "Very well, ma'am."
Jeffrey.
And
Oh,
he just sort of-
Jeffrey.
he's
Wait,
just,
what's the name of the butler in Tomb Raider? It's not Jeffrey, is it?
it's not.
No,
Okay.
I
Just
can't
for a
remember.
second, I was like, hang on a minute.
But the butler shuffles out, closes the door behind him, and Lady Alava goes, "Tea? Before we get down to some more serious discussions."
Oh, that would be lovely.
And she pours tea for each of you, and you can see it's not like tea like you're used to. It's got a very aromatic scent coming off of it, and you can tell it's probably a herbal blend of some kind. But she pours you each
Yeah.
a cup and hands them round and goes, "Yes, I'm a sort of a silent backer
Oh.
of the Dark Dawn. I support half elves more than most of the pure elven families, especially the nobles. But obviously I can't be seen as a member of the council to be
Vile?
overtly supportive. I can do what I can from behind the scenes, obviously with gifts of money goods, that sort of thing, but I can't speak out publicly in their favour. I
Blending
saw,
in.
indeed, I saw Rowan playing one of the taverns once when I was making my rounds of the Ivory District, and I was enchanted by her music and her ability, and thought I would have a chat with her. And when I found out she was affiliated with the Dark Dawn, I thought, here's something I could perhaps help with. So I took her in and I started helping her get into more of the establishments she'd normally have difficulty accessing. Let's put it that way. The establishments that normally wouldn't hire such entertainment.
How generous of you.
Just doing what I can. Obviously, I do what I can in the council as well, but again, it's only me against 8 others. Occasionally, I get
Not
the
at
odd.
all men, right?
Not that are all men, no. There's a number of late females on the council, but even then, everyone has their own goals, if you will. There are those who support certain parts of what I put forward and don't like the other parts. For example, the head of the Commerce Guild is very interested in giving half elves equal rights so that they earn more money,
Sounds
so
about
that they
right.
can spend more money. But he's not interested in any of, health reform or educational reform or anything like that. So I get his support on that part of things, but not on the rest. Just as the heads of the free militaries here in the city support me in wanting to allow half-elves to rise further in the ranks so that we can get more of them into the militaries. But again, they also resist wanting half-elves in positions of full command. And so
In other
I
words,
play
they want them for cannon fodder, not for station, positions of station.
some yes, some no. Again, I have to play a very delicate balancing act, unfortunately. And the king is not much of a help, unfortunately. Not since he sort of.
Dorinar used to be a bit like that.
Oh no, Malavar Dusk is a good king. He is just hands off. The idea of the monarch here in Minas Pengoli is more to be a figurehead and a cultural leader more than a law passer. Obviously, they still can. They have the ability of veto on laws if they so desire, and he can put things forward for consideration by the council, and they will be more heavily considered. But about 50 years ago, he sort of became a lot more reclusive, and it's much harder to speak to him person to person anymore. But obviously, as you said, you didn't come here to see me, although I hope you did at least
Well,
part.
I mean, you did invite us.
Of course. But you
And
want to
you're
see
the
your
only
friend.
person who's actually helped us.
Well, I'm glad I could. But Rowan is, I can say, she obviously we didn't get your note until late last night, and she had some bookings, and so she's currently out playing at certain taverns. But she will be back later if you would like to join us for dinner.
Sure, why not? That's why we're
Yeah,
here.
we'll come
Sounds
back.
lovely.
Ah, excellent. Well, I'll make sure that we organise a bit of a feast then. But in the meantime, how would you like to spend your day? I can give you a tour if you want of some of the more off-access areas, especially the Twilight Tower and some of the
Oh,
more governmental facilities. As a member of the council, I do have access to areas that normal tourists would not get to see. Or if you want, I can give you some medallions which show that you are favoured by my house, which will get you access to everywhere except the Twilight Tower and the Ebony District. And mainly because Lord Dusk would not let you in anyway.
Why
see
would
why
he
we
not
can't
let us in?
have a tour, maybe?
Let's put it this way, whereas the Dawns and the Ivory District are a lot more forward thinking in ways of racial acceptance, you will not even find a half elf within the Ebony District if they can help it.
Because there's danger and guards that will
Essentially,
beat
the
the shit
person
out of
that's
people, or
most likely to be accepted is her, then likely followed by me because of my previous lordship.
Oh no,
Oh.
your
Oh,
previous
yes.
lordship will mean nothing here.
You're not
Oh.
an elf, Sandal.
Just
Yes,
me.
the only one of you who would be vaguely welcome anyway is Lady Vienna here. Well, lovely to see you again, Miss Vienna. I trust things
Thank
are well
you.
back home.
Truth be told, I haven't actually been home since our last meeting.
Well, I can understand that. Adventurelust is such a wonderful thing. Obviously, unfortunately, she sort of looks at her pale skin, and you can see, like, her skin is very, very pale, and you can see, like, the veins through the skin, and her arms are very... She doesn't look like there's a lot of strength in any of her limbs. She goes, I don't get to travel much, unfortunately.
I can tell.
Yes, unfortunately, the plague that robbed me of my mother and sister affected me as well. I was fortunate enough to survive, but not without consequences.
I'm sure.
But I've had 100 years to come to terms with all of that, so I'm... It's past is in the past. So, which would you prefer? Would you like to go your own way for the day with the medallions, or would you like to take me up on my tour?
I think a tour would be fun. I think it would piss off the nobles more.
I see you and I might get along, Miss Talia.
I think tour as well. And if it means that, you know, if the tour ends up, if you've got to do other business or whatever, and you have to like clear off the tour early, then perhaps
Don't worry, there is
mix
no
of the both?
council business. There is no council business today.
Okay.
Fortunately, unless an emergency happens, we should be fine.
What do you say, guys? Shall we ruffle some feathers?
You know me. And Val just smiles.
You tend to ruffle feathers without meaning to. I do it on purpose.
I mean, anything that breeds equality among different races and different species and different groups of people, happy with me.
Well, very well.
Indeed.
Xandal, your automatons, would you like to leave them here, or will they be coming with us?
They will come with us.
Yeah,
If
they're
that is
part of the
okay.
team, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Of course not. You've gained another one since I last saw you all. Who is this new
I kind of
construction?
elbow
This
Xandal
one?
and be like, might want to keep it on the lowdown.
This is she is an assistant to me, based around essentially just travelling waterborne since we
Let's
acquired
face
that
it,
Qualish.
she's your PA.
Emily sort of gives like she tries to curtsy, but obviously she's not wearing anything, so it's a bit
You can still kind of
yeah.
curtsy without
Also,
a
her legs don't quite bend in the right way.
because
but
they're like
she,
spikes.
yeah, but she tries and she goes, "Hello, nice to meet you. I am Emily." And Lady Olive goes, "Oh my goodness, it talks. Oh, well,
I
that'll
was
be
just gonna
quite
smirk at Emily that she was so on it that she understood what I meant when I elbowed Xandal, and she's already playing along. Very clever, Em.
Well, shall we make our way out then? Or obviously, please finish your tea first, and please feel free to sample some of the cakes. I made sure that Jeffrey went down to the bakery this morning."
Oh, I do like cakes, and I'll grab one and eat one, and
Yep.
kind of watch Alauva's reaction to me eating.
Yeah, she just smiles, picks one up herself, pops it in her mouth, chews, seems to enjoy the taste. You can see she's got a little bit of, like, she picked up like a cream cake, and she's got a bit of cream in the corner of her mouth, and she picks up a napkin and daintily just dabs it off.
Val just whispers to her and just goes, "Just one."
Sort of looks at you and goes,
100, right? Yeah.
looks at you, looks at the stand, turns it around, finds the biggest cake, and just like, just one.
Just one. Yep.
One that's big enough for two.
and then goes, "How?" And Lady Alava just sort of looks and goes, "We'll not have any snacks whilst in the Twilight Tower, methinks. Don't want to make any of the ladies faint."
Yeah, she has a bit of a sweet tooth.
Huh? Anyway, please. After you finish your drinks and snacks, she gets up and she calls Jeffrey in, and Jeffrey comes back with a shawl for her and a small, like, a nice, like white ash walking stick, which you can see she doesn't need all the time, but occasionally she does stop and put her weight on it. Obviously, because
Be right
of
back.
her frailty, she's not as mobile as she would like to be.
Are you okay, Alva?
Oh yes, I'm fine. Just occasionally I'll need to stop and catch my breath a little bit, if that's all right.
Would you like my arm? Not
I-
like severed, I mean like hold on to it.
If you would be kind enough to escort me, that would be lovely. Although I will warn you, you will get more glares than you have so far.
That's perfect.
Oh, I knew we'd get along. And she slips her arm into yours, the other one still holding this like ash walking stick. But she escorts you guys out of the tower. Jeffrey sort of bowing you all out and wishing you a good day. As she walks you through the Ivory District. And again, around here you can see, like, it's mainly pure elves, but again, there is some half elves, and they're dressed nicely. You can see that they're like family servants or people tending gardens, that sort of thing. And you can see, compared to the ones you saw in the Twilight Promenade, who were looking like very much like eyes down, just focusing on their jobs, these ones appear a lot more cheery and open. You get the feeling that the half elves in this, who are hired in this Ivory District, are much better treated than they are anywhere else in the city. And she escorts you back out through that same portcullis, although it does take you twice as long to get there because of her gait. Even with your assistance, Talia, it is still very slow. But she guides you across from there to the bottom of this stone tower. And she talks to the guards there and goes, "Hello, I'm just taking my companions here to have a little tour. Don't mind us." And you, like, the guards have, like, as soon as she approaches, they've snapped to attention and bowed, and they go, "Of course, Lady Alava, please take all the time you need." "Thank you." And she moves in, and opening this big set of double doors opens, and you can see at this bottom floor, think Gringotts Bank.
Oh, nice.
There's multiple desks and like a main tall desk at the end, and there's an elf sat behind every desk in these grey cloaks, and you can see people going up to them and talking to them, and bits of paper moving around all over the place. It's very much like that. This is the center of government of this city. Anything that is anything on paper comes through here. And you can see people like filling out forms and like gold passing hands, and it's just this general hubbub. And she goes, "Yeah, it's always so noisy down here on the main floor. Shall we start with the council chambers?"
Right away.
"Well, the council chambers are down here on the ground floor. After that, upstairs is the king's throne room. Above that is a small museum, and then the final floor above that is the king's private chambers. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take you there, but
I mean, it's private. Why we wouldn't want to disturb?
oh, exactly. But obviously, we can see everything else. But the council chambers are just behind the main desk over there, so I thought that would be a good place to start."
Yes, this
whatever's
looks
closest.
familiar.
Yeah, Vienna, you've been in here
I've
before.
been in here. Yeah.
You've been in the council chamber before. This isn't anything new for you. But she like walks with you across this busy floor, through the tellers, round the main teller's desk, and you can see behind it there is this big set of stone doors which are slightly ajar. And she guides you through them into this grand, like, amphitheater like chamber. And you can see there are like rows of seats going down in steps to this bottom floor, where there is a central podium, and then before that there is raised like desk with 9 seats. There is the 2 in the very center. One is a beautiful, again, ash chair. The other is a ebony teak chair. And she points and goes, those are the founding family seats over there. One for the Dusk family and one for the Dawn family. We are inherited seats on the council. You will always find a Dusk or a Dawn upon the council. Next on the council, you will always find each of the commanders of the current military. Currently, that is Commander Ralienta Glinfira, Commander
I'm never gonna spell that.
Commander Arin Gilro, and Commander Nim
I've
Oreven.
already forgotten what his
I
name
am convinced that because you take such like detailed notes, Paddy
He's
is just
deliberately
making the
picking
names
his whole
harder
name.
and harder every single session just
It's
to
alright,
piss
I'll
you
just
off.
butcher their
No,
names.
I
I will just
honestly-
butcher their names.
No.
What was his name?
So there's Commander Ralienta Glinfira,
Commander Ralienta Glenfira? I
Yeah.
probably spelled that wrong.
then there was Commander Arin
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Gilro.
whoa! I'm still writing the notes for this guy, and I've just got his name. Right? So he's the commander of what? Galleon there is commander of
He's the leader of the Aquamarine Fleet.
Aquamarine Fleet. Okay. I'm not going to give them icons or anything. We'll just add them to an NPC, and then I'll add details later. You can send me on Discord. Okay, so what's the other guy's name?
Commander Arin Gilro.
Aaron Gilro, and he is commander. Oh God, I've spelt commander Canabar.
She is the leader of the Sapphire Spears.
Of Sapphire Spears.
And then
Best
Commander
football team in
Oreven.
Minas Pengoli.
How many militaries are there?
And Commander Nim Oreven is the leader of the Teal Troopers.
Raven of the.
Teal Troopers.
There are as many armies as there are colours.
Okay, so Commander Nim Oreven, commander of the Teal Troopers, Commander Valbatar Glenferrer, commander of the Aquamarine Fleet. I've spelt them phonetically, so I've probably spelt them wrong. And Commander Aaron Gilro of the Sapphire Spears. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is the Sapphire Spears the only female, or the other two male? Not that
there
it really
is-
matters, but
Well, do you want? If you allow me to continue, also on the council, you have Lord Kiral Rockalin, who is the head of the Merchants Guild.
may I?
I've broken Ben.
If the next name doesn't have 5 syllables, it's just one name.
Merchant
You gotta up the game.
Guild,
Double the
Minas
syllables.
Come on.
Pengoli. Okay, yeah.
I'm avoiding my drink this time. I'm not going to take a
You're not
mouthful and
spraying it
drink.
everywhere.
to-
Keep your nose. Okay, Lord or Lady, what's next?
Well, obviously there is Lord Elion Dusk, who is my counterpart.
Elion Dusk. Counselor to Elva Dawn. I'm not even. That's close enough. Okay.
The other 3 you don't need to know the names for. They are the
He's gonna
elected.
make them up next week when he's found 5
Call
syllables.
them elected.
There's the
yeah.
They are-
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Just don't talk over the GI. I can't hear him. What?
Sorry.
The last
Elected.
3 seats are changeable. They are elected officials who move. They change each time the council sits. It's meant to be representative of the people.
Okay, so elected, changeable, elected officials of Minas Pengoli. That'll do.
Greg, Bob, and Harry.
I need to just do notes and then transfer it. I might just do that actually. I'm just going to bring up notes, a notepad, and then note on there, and then I'll add it to my actual app with connections and shit later.
Actually,
Just
a good
because
point,
I can't
actually,
type as
Aaron.
fast. I can't
Yeah.
type as fast on my phone, and it's holding us up. So
I am waiting for the next name he says to be something like Steve.
His name is Jeff.
Uh,
Jeff Goldblum.
like I say, they're meant to be representative of the people, but more often than not, gold greases palms, and they become representatives of
Greed.
whoever has the deepest pockets.
Sounds about right. It's pretty much the same in every city I've been in, including my own.
Yes, but as you can see here, people can come listen to the debates, bring their grievances before the council, and we will listen, debate what we need to, and pass what needs passing into law. Um, but it's a rather lovely amphitheatre, lovely architecture, but a bit dreary and drab, unfortunately.
Needs more curtains.
It's supposed to be austere because it's supposed to be serious, if you see what I mean.
A serious pain in the ass by the sound of it.
Indeed. But if you follow me, and she sort of guides you over, and you can see there is a set of stairs in an alcove just behind where like the council desk is, and she goes, follow me up here.
Can you manage the stairs?
I'm not quite that infirm. It'll just take me a little while.
Want to piggyback?
As much as the jokes are funny, that one was in poor taste.
You're no fun.
But she does go up the stairs. It's not as slow as it could be, but again, it's not as fast as you guys could go without her in the front. But you come out into this chamber is a full chamber, and you can see there is like banners with what you assume is the symbol of Minas Pengoli on it, which is like these two, the white and the black tower, and a grey tower in the center. And you can see they're sort of hanging from the ceiling, leading up to a stone throne at the end of the room. There are no guards in here. There is a couple of pieces of artwork, but it's very... Again, this is a place for function, not for showing off. So they're very, like, serious pieces. You can see they're mainly of previous monarchs. You can see there is, like, titles underneath them, like such Lady such and such Dawn, Lord such and such Dusk, Lord such and such Dawn. Just sort of like
Blech.
that sort of thing. Talia, roll me a perception check.
Not one.
I reacted so
Nine.
hard my
Oh
webcam
my
turned
God.
blue.
I mean, this wasn't a high. This wasn't a high.
Is it dark? I have like. Oh wait, no. Do I have advantage on perception checks if it's dark? Right, it's dark, right?
I don't think you do. No.
Fuck. I know I've got something. I think. Oh no, it's in shadow, isn't it? I think that's for
Yeah.
insight, not perception. Though. Hang on,
Yeah.
let me just double check. No, Cal grants the user advantage on perception checks in darkness, but it's not dark, so no.
It is not. There are
Nine.
windows in here letting in some light.
Damn it.
It wasn't a high DC, so, but it was higher than that.
I was gonna say 9. You can't really justify a 9.
Yeah.
Even if you
From where
wanted to.
from
I
where
see
you are,
shit.
you see like a glint of light at the top of the throne. That's about all you see from where you're currently stood. And Lady Alava just sort of goes, "This is the throne room where the king or queen dictates, obviously, what they can. Mostly, like I say, they are a figurehead more than anything, but
We
they
always
are
roll
the final
shit.
say on laws. Currently, the king is from the Dusk family, King Malauva Dusk. But like as I say, he about 50 years ago he seceded from public life, and we haven't seen him face to face in a while." And she points out like there is like a big curtain that you can see pulls across the throne. And she goes, "He insists on having that drawn whenever we have meetings with him."
Does that not seem suspicious to you?
Has anybody just sat in the chair? Like, the
That would
lols?
be. I don't think that would be wise. I can't say for certain what security measures may be in place, but well, you're welcome to come and get a closer look. But I would again advise against touching.
I'll have a closer look.
Val's going to take a closer look because he just wants to sit in the chair.
Okay.
Don't sit in the chair, Val. No.
You guys proceed across this room, and this room is about sort of 80 feet in length. It's a good sized room. And as you get up to the throne, you can see it's just a solid piece of stone carved into the shape of a throne with like some stylized like vine work done into it, but it's not elegantly done. It feels very much like you get the feeling the position of monarch in this city is very much just it's a title. It comes with some responsibility, but it's just a figurehead. The ruling class of this city is the two other towers, the Ivory Tower and the Ebony Tower. It's very much that's the feeling you get from this place. Like these two
Why?
families.
But Minas Pengoli reminds me of Cyrodiil.
You get the feeling that these two families were the biggest influences and decided, look, instead of clashing all the time, we need some way of making this work. So let's build this third tower and have that be the new thing, sort of thing.
Can Val have a look over the area around the chair and stuff to see if there's anything magical, anything that would trip if he was to sit in the chair, anything that just seems out of place?
Yeah.
Looking at the throne, I want to see how gilded it is. Is there any like pretentious decoration on it and shit? Like,
go ahead and
is that Talia helping me with
you
investigation?
Perception or investigation with advantage, yes, because Talia is technically kind of helping.
I'll
Can I
go
look as well?
perception.
Can we help each other?
I mean, do you want to roll separately, or one of you can roll with advantage?
Do you want me to roll with advantage?
I kind of want to have another look.
Okay, we can both roll separately then.
Rollies.
Please excuse me whilst I mute to shout at my dog.
21 and 22.
Hey! We didn't need advantage. We rolled good both sides.
I'm back.
Let's go.
By the way, Vienna's just
Okay.
waiting for Val to sit in a throne. It's like, I'm waiting for for one of the guards to stab you in the arse for that.
So Val rolled 21, I rolled 22.
So, first thing both of you notice is that there is, like, as you sort of like place your hand on like an armrest, Val, there is this very faint tingle at the tip of your scales. This is heavily enchanted.
Wow.
You get the feeling you sit in this without permission, bad things are going to happen.
That's not
You don't know exactly what, but this thing is enchanted to hell.
Okay.
Like, it may not look elegant, but they decided, yeah, we can't have
any old riffraff.
any out. And yeah, basically, the person who is the monarch can sit here.
Is that magical energy or feeling coming from a specific place in the chair, or is it just like all over the chair?
All over the chair.
Okay.
The next thing, and because Talia, you've not touched it, this is the sort of first thing you noticed, but Val, you noticed this as well. At the very the backrest of the chair is obviously designed to look like this intertwining ivy, and at the very peak of it, almost looking like it's coming out of the ivy as like a bud. Val, you've never seen this before. Talia, you have.
Oh shit.
There is a gemstone about the size of a fist, and it is a mixed white and black diamond. And Talia, you remember from a vision you were given by the Raven Queen upon taking your test for the cowl, 5 different coloured gems being crushed in a shadowy figure's hand, and one of them had this exact coloration to it.
Talia's going to stumble back from the throne, gasp, clear her throat to try and cover it, look at Val and just be like, "Talk later," and then she's going to quickly, well, I mean, you would be able to see because I'm hiding my face. I'm just going to be like coughing and then like elbow you, and then I'm just going to step away from the throne and just try to pretend that I didn't react.
Val just looks back and just
nobody
goes,
else notices.
"So don't sit in chair right now?"
I wouldn't if I were you.
No, it's probably not wise. I can't remember if there's ever been history of anyone trying, but I doubt it goes well for anyone.
Okay. And Val takes his hand off the armrest or whatever he had his hand on, and kind of rejoins the group.
Okay.
Kind of battling with myself. I don't trust Lady Alalva.
Lady Alava goes, shall we go up to the museum on the next floor? It's the last bit, really, before we've really done everything there is to see in the Twilight Tower.
Sure.
Very well. And again, she sort of leads you off to one side, and you can see on both sides of this throne room there are spiral staircases leading up to the next floor. And she leads you up one of them, and you come out in this. Again, it's a good 80-foot room, and you can see there is a final staircase at the back, but there is a door at the top of that one that is quite evidently, even from here, locked, warded, enchanted. Like you can feel Xandal, you can feel the magic coming off this thing from across the room.
You do not go in there.
Yeah.
An invisible Gandalf that's just like, you shall not pass. Just like that.
Not quite, but looking around this room, you can see there is a number of large books on pedestals. There's a couple of what look like artifacts in cases. There is a number of large tapestries and paintings, mostly depicting things like the founding of the city. You can spot a couple of things, like there is this large giant book in the center of the room, and Lady Alava goes over to it and goes, this is the self-updating book of citizens, enchanted by. Yes, it was enchanted by one of the first Dawns, actually. It was decided we needed a way to keep track of everyone who lives within the city, or at least is born here. At the time, obviously, we were very insular, so we only wanted people who were born here to be able to return here. So this book was created, and if your name is in the book, you were born within Minas Pengoli, and you have...
Born or elvish?
Born. Anyone born here has the name within it and has citizenship within the city. This is what I'm sure you saw members of the Twilight apparatus down at the bottom at the teleportation circles checking a book. Part of that book is a link to this list, which details all living people who still have citizenship. If someone dies...
it a gentleman of
including half-elves?
Including half-elves, yes.
There was a gentleman who claimed he lived in the city, and they said that he was no longer in the book. That is odd.
How does the citizenship
was he lying?
works?
There's a couple of ways that things can change with the book. Obviously, there is death. Another way is if you allow yourself to be adopted, or if you gain citizenship of another country. The book can detect all these things, and if any of those happens, your name is removed from the book.
How? How would it even know that? It's a book.
It's an intrinsic enchantment. I don't know the details myself, but the idea was if you gained citizenship at the time, if you gained citizenship somewhere else and tried to return, the assumption was you were a spy, effectively.
It's a bit paranoid.
Who is in charge of the enchantment around this book? Because
there is no one who can update the enchantment anymore. Like I say, this was enchanted pretty much directly post Calamity.
Do charms not expire over time or deteriorate?
This one hasn't seemed to. We have wizards keep check on it to make sure it's still functioning, but the actual way the enchantment works, we cannot unravel.
Seems a bit flawed.
It is, but you have to bear in mind, at the time, post-Calamity, the gods had just seceded from the world. Most cities and countries were desperate and needing to rebuild. It was not uncommon for wars to break out, and the easiest way to prevent such things was to make sure that your people were your people.
While this conversation is going on, I'm going to lean over to Blossom and go, how's that compass looking?
I was just thinking that too. Look at the compass.
Yeah, so you pop the compass out and have a look. The compass is doing something a bit weird. So the compass is it's going round and round as if suggesting that you're nearly directly on top of it. But as you sort of look at it, it's like the compass itself is like that. It's pointing downwards. It's like it's almost as like it's trying to point to the ground, but it can't
Weird.
quite do that.
So it's probably
So
a
back
fall
into
down.
the
Underground.
Gringotts bit.
You're not sure.
Could be.
Does the compass work on its side?
If you turn it onto its side, then yeah. As you turn it onto its side, it stops pointing straight down.
What's directly underneath us?
So underneath you, there is the throne room. There is the council chambers and the administration room. And then other than that, there would just be the land that this city is built on.
I'm thinking it's probably got something to do with the throne. But
Possibly. We're not directly above the throne, though, are we?
no.
You're not directly above it, no.
Oh no, so it won't be that. So
But
yeah.
you know that the compass is only accurate up to a point. It's not like the closer you get to the item, the more accurate it is. But outside of a certain distance, it will just point in the general direction.
Val, whilst this is like, well, this kind of side discussion's going on, is just going to be like regaling the story of what we saw outside of the gates, and it's just like maybe if there is somebody that is knowledgeable about this charm, maybe they should just check that this book is
Yes,
correct.
but the only people we could really get to check said charm is unfortunately Ingbrook, and we don't
He's
really
a bit
want them.
prickly.
Yes, we don't really want to let another city-state look at what is effectively a national treasure, especially should, they break it.
That could be problematic. I can see why.
That's
Exactly.
fair.
It's one of those things where we require the enchantment, we like the enchantment, we'd
We're not
like
sure if
to
it works
study and
correctly.
replicate. We'd like to study and replicate the enchantment and maybe tweak it, but to do so requires potentially breaking the enchantment. It's very much one of those situations where it's better to keep this one running whilst creating something new.
And
And it
something
is
new is being
something that
created.
it is something that members of our arcane community are working on. I don't know how much progress is being made, but they are attempting to do what they can.
Okay.
Although they have been saying that for the past 70 years, I believe.
That's 70
So very
years.
slow
That's a long
progress
time.
then.
Again, they claim it's a very complicated enchantment. Whether
I
that's
mean,
because,
elves are pretty long-lived, so 70
Yes,
years
but
is
I
probably not a long time at all.
no, but I wonder how much of it is them trying to limit the enchantment to pure elves.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. But I win what battles I can.
Pick your battles, wise words.
So that's everything within here. Unless there's anything more you'd like to look at here within the museum, or anything that catches your fancy.
Hmm.
By the way, this whole tour has taken probably 3 hours in total.
This
It's getting up to sort of early afternoon at this point.
the throne, it's very shiny. The stone at the top is it's very
Oh.
interesting looking. Is there any documentation on it?
Um,
I'm curious. It seems very familiar. It's
She sort of
similar
goes-
to something I've seen somewhere else.
she sort of goes, I believe that tapestry has something about the stone. It's not something I've ever really taken any interest in myself.
I'm gonna go and have a look.
Can I remember if there's any stones amongst the sketches of the known soulbound?
From what you remember from the soulbound items, no, there is no. Just the only one that could potentially be considered a stone is the Phoenix pendant, but you know that is like almost like a ruby with like a flame encased inside it.
Okay.
That was the only one that could potentially be even near a stone
Yeah.
in shape. Okay. Talia, you go over to this tapestry, and it is very similar to something you've seen before. The details are different.
In Maham?
Yeah, you remember when you went into the Sovereign Citadel, you walked past a mural of a godlike being with a sun for a head, handing down a gem to a king in front of a group of human people. And here you see a almost like fey-like god being with deer legs and antlers in a forest, handing over a white and black gem to two elves standing before a crowd of elven people in a forest.
This sounds familiar, so I'm trying to remember if it was Rawin that remembers this, or whether it was Vienna.
It would
I think
be
it was
Vienna
Rawin.
would have walked past the mural as well, but Rowan is the one who had it explained to her.
Yeah, I was going to say I think it was Rawin, wasn't
Yeah, and Lady Alava goes, yes, the myth behind it is that Corellan, before he seceded, handed this gem to mine and Lord Dusk's forebears for safekeeping. No one knows exactly what it does. It's just a shiny bauble that we put
I
on the
think it's a
throne.
bit more important than you realize. I can't really explain it, but you should keep it under guard. It's very important that it is protected.
Well, it's in a very safe place. But
It's
if
not safe enough.
Well, I'll bring that up at the next council meeting, and we'll see what they say. Yes.
When's the next council meeting?
The next one should be 2 days' time, I believe.
Okay.
It's another meeting to discuss what to do about the Dark Dawn.
I know I may sound crazy, Lady Alava, but it is imperative that you keep that safe.
Very well. I will make sure that is expressed at the council meeting.
Good. See that you do.
Well, shall we make our way back to my tower now? Probably by the time we get there, it'll be close to dinner time, and Rowan shouldn't be long in arriving.
Yes, I'd very much like to see Rowan.
Very well. Come. And she guides you back down all the flights of stairs and out of the Twilight Tower. I'm assuming, Blossom, you want to check
Yeah.
the
See
compass.
if it.
As you get it
if
out
there's
and
any
check it
specific
as you
floor.
reach each floor, each time, even when you reach the bottom floor and are walking out of the tower, it is just pointing down. Down
In the sea!
into the ground beneath your feet.
It's interesting.
Jaffa agrees, it's in the ground.
Yep.
In the sea.
But Alava escorts you out, back through the portcullis gate, and back to the ivory tower. Once there, she guides you up to that dining room with the stained glass window and seats you all at the table. And already on the table there is like pictures of like water with lemon, wine, pictures of wine, pictures of mead, and you can see that there is like place setting set out with delicate looking porcelain and nice silverware. And she goes, well, did you all enjoy the little tour? I'm sorry if it was a bit too boring, but
It was very fascinating, actually.
oh, wonderful.
Illuminating.
I'm glad. Good. Well, and you can smell on the air from one of the other doors that you didn't go in earlier, like coming from there is just the smells of cooking, and it smells divine. And at that point you hear the front door open and you hear a voice call up the stairs. Steph, as Rowan enters the tower.
She's running up because I'm guessing she's heard her friends are here.
As you entered, Jeffrey would have greeted you and gone, oh, welcome back, Miss Rowan. Lady Alava is hosting Armatae. I believe they are friends of yours?
She just looks at him, shoves him out the way, and she's running. She's running up them stairs, and she'll just literally she'll come through the door, pause for a minute, and realise, oh my god, you're here, and she'll run over, and the first person she goes to hug is Val.
I feel
Val
so
clamps.
stunned, like, words. I feel so.
Lady Ilalva just sits there, like
Hello.
her chin on her crossed fingers like this, and goes, "Ah, young love."
Val basically gives the biggest hug that you've ever seen Val give anybody. Like, he has missed Rawin so much, and even like the letters and stuff. Just, he's holding on tight, almost squeezing the air out of her lungs. Like, he is that excited.
It's like, okay.
I sat there with my cross arms thinking, I see how it fucking is.
At this
Love
point,
me.
slaps your leg, Val, and goes, "My turn, my turn."
Val
Ron lets
lets go.
looks down at her. It's like, I've missed you too. Grabs her
just
and
gives
then
you the-
looks round at
yeah.
Talia and is like, and I've also missed you.
I mean, you look at Talia and you
Hello.
just see this blank face under a cowl because she's not
With
turned the cowl
flaming
off.
eyes, like, hello.
Oh yeah, that's the point. She didn't actually have the cowl, did she? When
No.
No, you've never seen me with the cowl.
Would she recognise it? That's Talia though.
You could
You'd
see the
recognise the
horns and the
armour.
general body shape, and you know that's Talia, but the cowl's a bit unsettling.
Yeah, she'll pause for a minute and she'll be like, come here.
Yeah, there you are.
I imagine the rest of the party all just sort of like stood like.
Who the fuck is this woman? Yeah.
Is she important? Who knows? Like,
But as this touching reunion happens, that's a good time to take a break, I think. We will break for drinks, food, toilet, whatever
feeding of
people need.
cats before
Be
they
back.
eat me.
Yeah, be back soon. Please bear with us. See you in a bit.
hey, be right back. I'm back.
Hello, welcome back. Oh god, please tell me I haven't frozen just then.
No, you're fine.
You're
No,
fine.
you're fine.
Oh good. My
Jinx.
camera, my screen had frozen, and I was like, no, don't do this. Anyway, so yes, you all sit down. Rowan quickly gets sat down, probably between Val and Talia, to make sure that she can catch up with those who are closest to her. And you guys are sat there looking at everything as a feast is brought out to you. Just this massive, like, you can see like a whole salmon, roast suckling pig, various different trays of vegetables and meats and just everything. And you could, what the tavern owner earlier had told you, it feels like maybe it was a bit of an understatement. Lady Ilalva obviously puts on one hell of a party.
I'm going to point out that in meeting Vienna, Rawin's a bit uneasy. Not only is Vienna a pure elf, she's a drow. And I'm going to say Rawin has been told a lot of very untrue nightmare tales about drow. So it's a little bit uneasy there.
Fair enough.
Can I
Yes,
also
Lady
ask the question? So, for a period of time, around this time, Val was having to take constitution checks to see if if the hags were still having effects on him. I've not had to do a constitution check in a while. Is it because they've stopped having an effect on him, or is it he's got used to it? Or
originally it was you'd gotten used to it, but as you think back on that now, especially having like meeting Rowan makes you think back on a lot of things that happened long ago, and then you sort of think back on it and you suddenly realize, like, you reach that point and you sort of go, I've not felt that in a while.
Okay.
You've not felt that since Vienna had the vision of Lady Winter.
So the deals work then.
okay. I mean, Val is around that time will still be slightly on edge because he's bracing himself for some kind of effect to relive it. But every time that time comes and it just passes, that kind of expectation of the pain and everything just becomes slightly less and less as time goes on.
Yeah. Lady Ilalva sort of leans forward and goes, I was telling them what good work you're doing with the Dark Dawn, Rowan, and how you're doing basically you're performing to basically get into the taverns to spread word, find like-minded supporters, as if you will.
Well, it just it just sort of goes. I've had a few one or two performance issues recently, but I think support's coming.
She's downplaying herself. She's doing wonderfully. Oh,
You
I'll
seem
have that.
awfully confident in her, Lady Alava.
Well, I like.
Excuse the skepticism, but I don't know. I just find it odd that a noble in your position would be so progressive.
Well, a noble in my position is rather rare. A woman as the head of the family and only remaining member of the family. I don't particularly have the same stringent watch on me as other young ladies would. Let's put it that way.
Because you're pro-elf, or...
More to the fact, if my father and mother had been alive, I probably would have been married off by now and be expecting a child. Whereas since they passed away when I was fairly young, I've had to learn to be responsible for myself, learn to take help where I can find it, and see the best in people. So, to make sure that I had everything I needed, I discounted no resource. Unlike Lord Dusk, who only takes on pure elves, I saw that there was many talented potentials in the half-elven community, and I took on many of my servants from there. Jeffrey's been with me since he was 8 years old. I took him on as a boot boy, and he worked his way up to become head butler.
Does that not put you at a disadvantage? Do people not trust you?
Oh, to put it simply, there are certain circles I am not welcome in, obviously. Although my heritage still gets me invitations, I generally politely decline. But I find that my charitable works and my good deeds put me in good stead with the majority of the population instead, and I find that much more satisfactory than being good with the elite, with the nobles.
But does the elite not being on your side cause difficulties?
Let's put it this way: I'm now one of the two founding families. They don't want to upset me. I do have the ability to veto people's noble status if I so choose. It can be repealed by the council, but that threat is always there if I need it, and people aren't willing to risk it overtly. I've had, numerous subtle plots against me, people attempting to take over my businesses, people attempting to invite me to balls and ensnare me into contracts and that sort of thing, but I've learned to be fairly politically savvy and cutthroat when I need to be.
That must give you plenty of enemies.
Oh, many. I would probably count Lord Dusk, one of the primary ones. Our families have never seen eye to eye, thus the need for the Twilight Council, but this whole thing with elf and half-elf, pureblood and half-blood has polarized our families a lot more than it normally would, yes. Especially with his backing of the Dusk Defenders.
Dusk Defenders?
Rowan, you know more about that vigilante group than I do.
Do tell.
I will do, if I can remember.
Yeah,
Check
so
your notes.
whereas the Dark Dawn is a half-elf group who came together to advocate half-elf rights, and they are typically non-violent. The Dusk Defenders are a pure elven group of vigilantes who say they are going around putting down malcontents amongst the half-elf peasantry. And they're very much like almost like a privately funded army, and they go around and they harass half elves, and they do try to find members of the Dark Dawn and like take them to the guards on chumped up charges, but
Yeah.
it's
Sounds
very
like
much
a
that
bunch
sort
of
of thing.
assholes.
Yeah, I've been kicked out of so many taverns for no reason.
Well,
Apparently,
you know what
I
they
was
say.
making a
You
racket.
have one viewpoint. There's always going to be someone with an extreme opposite to your viewpoint.
Yeah, I got told once to stop my squawking. It was upsetting people. Yet,
Like
had
they
a
even
crowd.
understand what singing is.
no,
Whilst
clearly
you were
not.
singing?
Not cultured. Yes.
Uncultured swine.
Val just shows a look of disgust, like, because he's heard Rawen sing, and it's just like, nah,
Well,
sorry.
it was a good crowd that day, so I wasn't performing badly. So, but
Oh, yes, I believe that was at Pelor's Parlour in the Dawn Ward. I thought that would be a decent venue for you, being in the Dawn Ward so close here to the Ivory Ward, but apparently I misjudged it, I'm afraid.
well, the customers were fine. It was just
It's
the
always the hoity-toity
them.
types that have
Yeah.
problems. They never listen to the people.
Indeed, but I've been trying. I do try, but it takes time.
Fortunately, not all of
We all
us are
shifted.
elven. Time is... Oh god. I am the dungeon master! Do as I say!
Now we're back.
Roll for initiative, fuckers! Joking.
Yes!
Rowan's secretly a bomb. Run.
Fine,
That's
I
the
was,
point, actually.
I was
need to
brought
bring
surprise
them back.
pancakes.
Pancakes,
I mean, the fact that I
whatever.
became a drow for 2 seconds is a bit disconcerting.
Grew in size.
Anyway, it's at this point that there's like the mains are cleared away, and out is brought like a large trifle, a cake, various like sweet treats and pastries, and they are arranged on the table in front of you. By this point, the sun has begun to set, and you can see the stained glass window just lighting up brilliantly in this light and just giving off this beautiful coloured glow throughout the room.
Val is gonna whisper to Rawin and just go, "Are you free later to catch up and chat, or are you,
What's really mean?
or are you on a gig, or have you got some time later?"
I will make some time.
Oh.
Val smiles and carries on eating whatever cake he's just been presented with.
As you guys are enjoying your cake and the more casual conversation, I will say, I've got to check something. Could Xandal and Xandal and Talia roll me perception checks, please?
Okay, 25.
25, not bad.
Yeah, let's go. I'm happy with that.
Xandal.
Better
19.
than that one.
All right.
Hey, nice.
As you sort of glance back at that stainless steel window just as the last of the sun is setting and darkness begins to take the sky, you just see a shadow cross over the glass.
I'm gonna like stand up and knock my chair over to the bottom,
You have
like in shock.
both have the briefest moment as the glass shatters and a figure flies through with giant devil-like wings, lands directly behind Lady Alauva, grabbing her by the back of the neck, picking her up.
Run at her.
Not enough time, as you hear a deep voice go, "Dusk sends his regards," as a knife into Lady Alauva's back.
Shit!
Everyone.
I'm running at her. What the fuck?
Everyone, roll me initiative. Everyone but
Fuck!
Sandal and Talia. This is a surprise round.
Okay.
Right.
Six. Wait, do I get advantage because it's not a surprise round?
No, you don't get advantage.
Fuck!
It
I didn't
just-
click
it
my.
just means
I
try
didn't
and get
click
the
my
map in
thing
place.
up, yeah.
It just means you're going to get to act
Ouch.
before everyone else. 'cause-
Even though I'm last on the initiative order.
No,
I love
I,
the little fucking icon with the blood. That's so funny. It's like.
Hey, I had. Right.
That doesn't look like something Lady Allowable would wear.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find one that looked exactly like Lady Alaba.
Give me notice, I could have drawn you a fancy dress.
Yes, well, I didn't want to reveal anything.
Ah,
We're all gonna die.
I've just realised I'm feeling Paddy's pain now because I've now got 2 sheets to. But I'm saying that I don't know.
guy, the little icon, he's so cute.
I don't know if it's the right sheet I'm using, Paddy. I'm
Uh,
obviously using my old character sheet because I haven't been given anything from
no, I did send you something on Facebook Messenger. I don't know
Yeah,
whether you can
but
actually
I obviously
read
can't use it, so I'll have to have
that.
it.
Right, hang on. I can send you. Let me
If you
just-
send a link to it, as long as you've set it to public, she should be able to view the character
I
sheet and
have
interact
not
with it.
set it to public, but I can
Yeah,
do.
quickly edit to public and then send her the link, and she should be able to interact with the sheet. D&D Beyond is pretty flexible in that
There we
instant. Check out D&D Beyond today.
Right, hang on.
We have links in our description.
We are not sponsored in any way, but D&D Beyond, if you're listening, hey, hit us up.
There we go. I've sent that.
We've
on
made
to
you a cool
Discord.
logo, so
I made you a mimic logo.
Just while I remember, Emily's supposed to have her own initiative, so I've just
She
rolled
is.
that.
Yep,
I was going
I'll
to say
add
she
that
should
in a
have, because
second.
she sees it autonomous,
Yeah,
technically.
We'll add that.
so I've rolled that for you.
Oh, that's awkward, because
Uh,
we're pretending that she isn't autonomous, but she's autonomous. Hopefully she'll understand.
yeah.
Who is faster out of Rowan and Val? Rowan has a.
Val is the same as
+3.
me.
What does
Would
Val
it not
have?
be
What's
Ert?
his?
Ert has 19.
No, I'm looking at the.
Your modifier, you
Okay.
should be
You and
times.
Rowan.
You
You and
times
Rowan
three.
have rolled the same initiative.
I'm
So-
16 dex according to your sheet
Uh,
that you.
My
sent.
dex is 17.
So you
Yeah,
go
you're the
first.
same as me, so you.
And between Vienna and Blossom, who's got the higher dex?
That would be Blossom.
So Blossom will be there, right?
Blossom's faster than me, I think.
So
even though he's-
Ert doesn't get a turn this round. Neither does
Ish.
Blossom. Neither does Vienna.
Oh.
Neither does Val. So the first up is actually Xandal.
Holy shit!
But don't
Do
I
good, do
have-
good.
You have just seen this. You can now get a proper look at this figure. It is wearing black full plate covered in like barbed spikes. It has a pair of swept
She
back
said that I
horns
wasn't surprised.
coming
was
out
that
of
what
the
it was?
helmet. No, you two aren't surprised.
Oh, did Xander roll high as
Everyone
well?
else.
I couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
Xander
you
rolled high as
said,
well.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, swept back horns coming out of the helmet, this pair of devil wings on its back and a tail, and it's got in its hands this giant battle axe, which it has now pulled out after using this dagger.
Da, 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 da. Right.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me.
I'm just like,
Hey, let's stick with Friendly Tavern. No, let's not.
I was about to say battle music myself.
Okay.
We turn that down.
It's hammer time.
Okay.
what time? Do.
Da, da. With booming blade attached, obviously.
Yep.
Not roll. 13.
You swing, and this figure just brings the battle axe up and just goes, ching, just smashes the hammer backwards.
Okay. Second swing.
Yep.
Get snuck on.
Hang on.
Nice.
Actually, nat 20, so yeah, auto hits. Can't do
Yeah.
anything about that.
Is it It's day still, isn't it?
It is. No, the light
no,
has
the light was
just
going down,
faded,
wasn't it?
so it
Yeah.
is dark with just candlelight
Ooh.
from the thing. So it is darkness table.
As the hammer connects with its target, black tendrils shoot out from the crystal's polished surface and attempt to ensnare the target. The target of the attack must succeed on DC 14 strength saving throw or be restrained until your next turn.
Okay, and it gets advantage on that. That's a 27. You just watch as the black tendrils try to actually. Oh, hang on. That's a magical effect.
Yeah.
He rolled a nat 20. You
Oh.
watch as the tendrils go to wrap around him, and just this aura flows from him, and the tendrils reverse and wrap around you.
The fuck?
Okay.
I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh,
that's not
damn.
good.
Big
Oh,
oof.
shit.
Super oof. Mega oof.
What the fuck?
So he still takes the damage. So that is. Yeah, so you
18.
managed to resist your own tendrils, but you are completely surprised by the fact they just reverse direction on you.
Okay, is he still surrounded by thunder energy? The
He will
booming
be,
blade.
yes,
Yeah.
that will still be surrounding him.
Okay.
So how much damage is that in total?
Sorry, that should have been just the one roll. I don't know why it rolled multiple times there.
Oh wait, is that a bonus action?
So, which are you doing, two-handed or one-handed, by the way?
It would be two-handed.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what the actual roll is. So it would have been.
It'd have been the.
We'll go with the 10 and double that up. So
It'd have been the 6
12,
or the 10, yeah.
12, 14. Okay. As that blow hits, and obviously you see the damage, the thunderous transfer. As you hit the armor, it doesn't, like, you feel like some of the damage is absorbed by the armor. It doesn't feel like it did as much damage as you thought it should.
Okay, and then for...
I mean, that's your 2 attacks, so you've got bonus
Yeah.
action.
I think the bonus action was Booming Blade as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's actually part of the...
Booming Blade.
That's part of the attack, so it's...
Yeah, casting time 1 action, so...
Yeah, I don't really have...
So, you can give your command to Hager with your bonus action.
Yeah, so with Hager, he's just gonna pull Lady Alalva away from...
Okay. So Hager reaches down and pulls her body with the dagger still stuck in her away.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Talia, your turn.
2 steps back, lightning rapier special ability. I'm going to vault towards him with the lightning.
Okay.
So that's 10, 20, wait, no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm sharing the same space as him. So I'm hoping that knocks him back.
What's
but that'll depend on his DC. Let me just double check. DC 12 dexterity.
DC 12 dexterity.
Otherwise, I think I'll hit him and then he won't go back.
Yeah,
so
that is a 17. Back. So.
Okay, so I'll be there then. I won't have been able to shunt him back, but he'll still take the damage.
As you go in, you see he turns to look at you and just brings the battle axe up to deflect like the shoving action, but the rapier still slips past and hits his chest plate.
Roll. Is that 22?
22 does hit.
So that's 8 piercing. I'll take the sneak because Zandal's right next to him.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty fucking good.
And then 26 more.
20 fucking hell.
So.
I think that's probably the best sneak I've done.
Okay. 2 6s, 2 5s, and
23. That's the highest sneak I've ever done in this campaign, I think.
Yep. As you hit with the rapier itself doesn't seem to like dig in very far into the armor, but the lightning and like the surprise damage does seem to transfer properly. Is your cowl still hiding your face, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. All right, it's now the figure's turn. So, is going to. Yeah, it's just going to start off at the start of its turn. Actually, you watch as as you look at it, all that damage you guys had just done. You watch as the armor begins repairing itself, like putting itself back together, and you look, and most of the damage you just did is gone.
Ah, shit.
And you see him just go, "My turn," as he brandishes the battle axe. Yeah, he's gonna start with you, Xandal. So
Shield.
that is a 25 to hit.
Still hits.
Going to go. He's going to be doing
What
this
was the shield?
two-handed.
Is it raise your AC
Plus
by a
5.
certain amount?
By
Ah,
5.
That wasn't
5.
enough. Oh fuck.
That really
No,
wasn't
that
enough.
is
Oh,
14
no.
slashing damage,
Oh shit, he hits like a fucking truck.
and then just got to find the right dice. Bear with me. That one, and that one, and you also take 26 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Can't say.
Okay, he's a big boy.
17.
17 just meets it. Just beats it. As you feel this, like, battle axe swing into your side and dig into you. Like, you can feel the barbs hit your nerves, and this jolt goes through your body, and you feel your body trying to lock up, but you shrug it off and manage to keep moving. You feel like that would have locked up your system.
You double digits initiative on both characters.
The next battle axe is going to be against Hagar. That is a 17 to hit.
Hagar, I think that hits.
Hits, so he's going two-handed again. That is, blimey, max damage on the die. So 17 slashing damage to Hagar.
Okay.
Plus 17 necrotic.
So that's a total of 34.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no, Hagar had moved away with Lady Ilava, hadn't he?
No, still there.
Oh,
Because
still there.
I'm on Hagar.
Oh, you're on Hagar. Okay.
Yeah.
And for his third battle axe attack,
Ha! Attack!
he's
Have!
3 attacks.
All the
last one is
attacks.
going to be against you,
Oh my God.
Talia.
Fight me! Bring it!
Dear God, that is
No! I change my mind. Don't. I take
that
it back.
is
Don't bring it.
32 to hit.
Yeah! That might just hit. Just barely hits. Yeah.
That's a 1, but he has great weapon fighting, so that is
80-something.
11 slashing damage. And
More dice. No, stop.
you are resistant to necrotic.
I am
believe.
resistant to necrotic now, thankfully.
14. That would be 17 necrotic halved to 8. And you also need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. I'm not making Hagar make one because I don't think it will work on Hagar.
4.
That is a fail. You feel as
poison.
these
Just in case
barbs.
it's poison.
Nope, these barbs dig into you and hit your nerves, and your body locks up. You are stunned.
Oh shit!
No. Hagar's immune to charmed, exhausted, and poisoned.
It's
Nothing
no, it's
about
more.
them.
It's more the way this axe actually stuns people.
Oh,
It
right.
targets
Does
the
it
nervous
require blood? So yeah,
Yeah.
Hagar doesn't have a nervous system. Oh shit!
I'm
I'm gonna be like,
bonus actions, so he is just going to stay there. That is surprise round over. Top of the round,
Christ. That was just a
Ert
surprise round.
is like
Yep.
for the first time is gonna swear. I think for the first time is gonna swear. Just like
Fuck!
She's ever so- Ow,
fuck you! This was a meal between me and my friends. Fuck off! And she is gonna jump onto the table.
Okay,
I don't know if I can move.
make me an acrobatics check
Let's
for
go,
Could she not-
jumping onto a table filled with desserts.
Okay.
She might be tempted.
Would it not be movement?
This
But-
could be slipping on a this could be slipping on a cake. If it had
Alright,
been a clear table, it would have been fine. But there's still desserts on here.
Trifle ice skate.
14.
That's fine. Yeah, she manages to jump up, being careful to avoid the desserts.
But she is fucking pissed. She is really angry. This is the first time she's seen Ralwyn in a while. And we're all sat around a table. We've all been cleaned because we've been on a ship for fucking ages. She's going to go level 5 Spirit Guardians. But every single one of the Spirit Guardians is going to be one of the people who was actually having a decent meal at the table. They were all nice. They were all having a good time. And he fucking pissed it off. So I don't know what my movement is. I can probably get in range.
Yeah, you can get. That'll be about the movement that you've got for this turn.
And it's a level 5 Spirit Guardians. She is
Okay.
pissed. She was in the dessert round. She was enjoying her fucking ice cream. And this guy came in and pissed her off. So level 5.
Alright. That the end of her turn? Or is she doing anything else?
That's the end of her turn.
We were actually all starting to like Lady.
Regrettably, yeah.
Yeah, we were all starting to like her.
Your turn, Blossom.
Yep.
Anyone got haste?
I will be going hybrid. Start.
Okay. Let me just get your hybrid token.
So anxious, my fingers are swelling. I need to take my rings off. Ow.
Hybrid token. Give the correct permissions. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Where's the... I'm brain farting all over the place today. There we go.
Brain fart.
There we go. There we go. Hybrid.
Well, with feline agility, I can get behind this thing.
Yep. So you just hybrid and Rowan for this is the first time you've seen this. You just watch as Blossom just roars and ripples and muscles just spurt underneath the skin, and just this were-tiger just launches itself across the room.
It's just like, oh, that's slightly terrifying.
We've made new friends.
Friends are good.
We're an interesting bunch.
You were an interesting bunch anyway.
Now what is it more interesting?
And am I flanking with Xandal here? So
You are flanking
it's
technically there, yes.
disadvantage.
The
I'm
30
glad
hits.
that's advantage.
And yeah, the 30 hits.
Nice. And that is a 12 and a 12.
Okay. You watch as the blade digs in, but again, it's like scraping at the armor and doesn't seem to be doing as much damage as you would like. Also, there is no blood.
Ooh.
Right. Also, temporary hit points, because we slept in the inn rather than on the
We've
boat.
lost our temporary hit
Have
points.
lost.
That is a good
Yeah.
point, actually. Hang on, where's my character sheet? I need to...
Oh, Paddy's gone.
Gone.
Paddy's gone.
Oh no!
Yeah, gone.
The DM!
Oh no!
And the enemy is defeated. We've
Oh,
killed him.
yes.
We did it!
Yay! Oh wait, I am both Xandal
He is in
and
fact
Vienna.
made of paper, and we tear him apart.
He set fire. He's dead, and we're back.
I'm back.
Aaron
God
is
damn
from
it, Discord.
Sandal. Aaron is now Fiona. Fiona is now Vandus.
Now we're back.
Right.
The bad guy's gone.
No,
You
he
were
hasn't.
out for like 2
He's
minutes,
just
so
dead. Yeah, he's just dead.
No,
It's fine.
no. Is that the end of your turn, Blotter?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so next up is Vienna.
Yeah. How far away out? No, I don't really want to catch anyone in there, so I will just stick with good old faithful.
Just
Eldritch
blast.
Okay.
Just blast.
Those faithful
Bless.
summon animal or conjure animal.
Oh yeah, we saw
Yeah,
that.
one
we
is.
can.
Oh, that's a good
Forgot about
idea.
that.
Wait, how many? I have one left, don't I?
I've got one left.
No,
Okay, I need to-
you are
Oh, did I-
all out.
No, I'm not.
No,
I cast the
thought we
giant
both had
owls
one.
and I cast the snakes. That's it. I have one
All right,
more.
you may have one left.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we both
Uh,
got one left.
I've got
19,
one left. Rowan's got. Fiona's got two, I think.
Yeah. 19 and 17 do not hit. You watch as they fly across and they just splash across the armor, doing no damage.
You're just like, oh, you bastard.
Anything else? Any movement or bonus action?
No, she'll stay put.
Do remember you do have the Winter's Moon.
Oh yeah, you got extra shit. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Not that that gives me any bonus actions.
Armor of
about items
Agathis
you
is a bonus action.
Sorry, what?
Armor of Agathis.
Ooh,
Hang on.
Oh, great spell.
I'll go
Armor
back this way.
Armor of Agathis?
It gives you. Was it like if they hit you, they take damage?
Armor
Yeah,
of
so you
Agathis,
get,
it gives you
temporary
5
hit
temporary
points.
hit points per level of the spell. So at 3rd level, it's 15 temporary hit points, I believe.
Plus, if they hit you, they make a. Do they make a save or take ice damage, or is it just?
They literally
damage
take
like a combo?
15
So
ice
you gain
damage
5 temporary hit points for the duration. If a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes 5 cold damage.
per level.
Wait, what? So that would be what we're 9th
15.
level.
No,
No,
this
no,
is
level of the
it's
spell.
being cast at 3rd level, so
Yeah, so it'd be 15 cold damage.
no, just 5. I misread the spell. It's only 5.
Not as cool as we thought it was. Oh,
But you can
Still cool.
use that ability 3 times per day with the dagger.
And that's a bonus action.
That is a bonus action, yes.
Is that
Sweet.
because of the dagger?
It's
Yeah.
just a bonus action anyway. I know it's a casting time of 1 action, but yeah, the dagger makes it a bonus action.
so bad items are dope.
I will use that then.
Okay, you feel the dagger pulse and it feed information into your mind, and you quickly pull it out, hold it up, one hand having the Eldritch Gauntlet, the other having this dagger, and the rest of you watch as from outside this like cold flurry of wind blows in, and over Vienna's form just this like breastplate of ice forms, just giving
I
her
look
that extra
cool.
protection. So give yourself 5 temporary hit points.
5.
Okay, Emily's turn.
You say it was casting at 3rd level,
Yes.
so why is it only 5?
Oh, I forgot it's
Yeah,
the first
it is.
12. Yeah, it is 15.
Damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
15 temporary hit points.
And then 15 ice damage if they hit. Yes.
Cramp! Oh, I bent my leg in the wrong way.
Oh.
That was a crunch.
Oh! DM down! DM down!
No,
Good.
we need you.
So you're welcome to Dice and Mimics, where the pain's real.
Oh! But yeah,
Sorry about that. Dagger
Sorry.
Well, the action
square.
is
Oh.
fake, but the pain is real.
right, Emily's turn. Emily is going to... Let me just get a character sheet up.
Oh, I hate being at the bottom of it. Oh wait. Oh, am I faster than that thing? What's that thing's dex? Just out of curiosity.
You are faster than it, yes. It has a +2 to dex. So,
I'm actually
I have a
kind of-
+3. Fuck you, big bad.
so
guy.
that is as far as Emily can get with her regular movement.
I'm actually hoping that I've passed the bad initiative curse onto Rawin.
25.
That would
Emily's
be helpful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Emily's going to dash to get there to cover Xandal with shield if she needs to.
Yeah.
So she's going to make sure her reaction's ready. Valdizian, your turn.
Can I just confirm the rule decision on haste on me?
Right?
If I cast haste on myself,
Yes.
do I get 3 actions, which means I get 6 attacks? Or do I get double movement
So
speed
if you
and just
cast-
2?
If you cast haste on yourself, you get doubled movement speed, you get your regular action, and you get a hasted action.
Click the wrong button.
Okay.
Just hit the fucking program. Quick.
But
Which
my
hasted
regular
action-
action is 2 attacks, right?
Multi-attack. Yeah, so you would get 3 attacks if you used all your actions for attacks.
And I also get the AC bonus, right?
You do, yes, the +2 to AC from the haste.
I'm going to cast haste on myself.
I have too
Okay.
many tabs open. I closed the wrong window. Shit.
which
Hasted
gives me
yourself, which you are
the
concentrating on.
the correct movement speed to get up there, because it's outside of my standard movement speed, so I get double.
Okay.
So I get 3 attacks, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The rest of you watchers. No, you've used 1 action to cast haste.
Okay.
So you get your hasted action this turn, so a single attack. Next turn you will get 3 attacks. It takes an action to cast haste.
Would I not get my double attack anyway because of the paladin?
No.
Okay, so I only get 1 attack.
So you get the action and an attack. That's double action. See what I mean?
That's fine.
You've used up what would be your multi-attack action to cast haste. Then your your hasted action can be for a single attack.
Yeah.
Okay, Mortimer's Lance. Straight to the guy in the face. 14.
14 does not hit. You just scrape across the armor.
I'm looking. It's an 18. It makes me sad. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's me done.
Rowan's turn.
Right, my question is, which Rowan am I playing? Am I Wild Sorceress Rowan or other?
Or the other Rowan.
The stat block I sent you.
Right. That makes it difficult. Shit.
Did you not make a Beyond sheet for the other Rowan? And
Yeah, I made an other, but it actually has different spells to what she had.
Sorry.
That's probably more just I can't remember what spells they were.
Because she had a good old faithful that she always used, and it's not.
I mean,
on
if
there.
you had a spell that you always used, then use that, because I couldn't remember all your spells. So
Yeah, you should be able to edit the sheet if he's giving you the right permissions. So you should be able to just use the spell, even if you're not. You just might have to quickly go edit spells.
If you just tell me what spell you're wanting to use, I can tell you what the effects are. So
I can go into my previous one and click on it anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, just do it that way, and then we'll just consider it the other sheet.
I can't believe you forgot that she always used magic missile.
I mean, she made balls of magic missiles, so.
I was gonna say, it's like, no, why
that's
is
my bad.
magic missile not on there?
Sorry.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So yeah, I will throw. Ooh, which one though? Which level? I've almost forgotten how to play a wild sorceress. Let's go all out.
She's still blue.
Level. No, she had that
blue.
removed.
I thought she had it removed and then got it back again, or did?
No, in one of her
letters.
letters, she explained she had to have it removed before they let her into Minas Pengoli.
Oh, because blue. They might not believe you. No, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3rd level.
Okay. So 3rd level, that will be.
I think that's 5.
Hang on. Yeah, 5 darts. So that is 5d4 plus 5.
Or I can just keep clicking 5 times.
Or do that.
Either. Oh, come on, roll something other than double digits. Single digits.
I mean, it's on d4s, so you can't roll higher than single
d4?
digits.
Sorry, I didn't know.
3,
I wasn't
5,
paying attention to one of them. I don't know. I'm not a wild sorcerer, so I don't know what they roll.
10, 15. Okay.
Oh.
You just watch as Rowan just releases this flurry of
bolts.
It auto hits.
Yeah.
That's why it was my always.
I was sitting there thinking, God, you can't hit the broadside of a barn, and I'm like, wait, no, she does hit. It's magic missile.
Yeah, that's why I always used to use it.
Yeah, Rowan just releases this flurry of bolts that just slam into this creature, just rocking it back on its feet. Okay. Anything else, Rowan? Movement or bonus action?
I admittedly haven't studied this sheet that much, so I'm not sure I can do any bonus stuff. No, I think she'll stop where she is.
Okay. Xandal, your turn.
Hager's going to use his action to disengage.
Okay.
And run.
We are. Yeah, so we've got Lady, we've got me, and we've got Hager.
Okay.
5. Hold on. I didn't even measure that. I was just like, yeet. So technically it's there. So
Yep.
25, 30. So there. Yeah. Zandal is going to use just as a quick sort of like attempt at fixing. He's gonna try Cure Wounds on Lady Adele.
Okay. You press your hand against Lady Alava and you cast the spell. Nothing happens.
Oh shit.
Oh, I rolled it anyway.
Yeah, you still burn the spell slot, but
Yeah.
the wound does not heal. The dagger is still in the wound and she does not awaken.
Okay, I'm gonna take the dagger out.
Okay. Pulling the
Give us
dagger
some
out, you
dignity.
can
The
see
worst
that
thing to do with a puncture wound is to remove the thing that could be stopping her from bleeding out.
She's not healing. She's
gone.
dead.
Yeah.
As you pull the dagger out, you can see it is serrated and is covered in a purple liquid. This was a poisoned blade. You get the
Fuck's
feeling
sake,
that
they're
this
gonna
was
blame this on
designed-
us.
You get the
No
feeling this
shit!
was designed to kill instantly.
Okay.
Fiona's just there going, my mum will be proud of me for doing that, so...
Is that the end of your turn, Zandal?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do.
Okay. Talia, you are stunned, so you are locked in place and can do nothing.
Planned! Can't do anything because I'm stunned! Fuck you, Paddy! End of my turn.
The stun does fade at the end of your turn, however.
For fuck's sake! I literally had the best plan
Actually,
in the world
no,
and I forgot
no.
that I was stunned!
No, it actually stuns fade at the end of his turn.
Oh,
I remember now. It's now his turn. At the start of his turn,
I'm
so he has to
faster
make
than him!
a wisdom save against Spirit Guardians, correct?
Yep, that is
Isn't
correct.
it?
He gets advantage on that as it is
Oh
a
god,
magical
no!
effect.
Come on!
That is 21
Yeah, that passes.
save, so it's half damage.
Well, I was faster than him, so technically I would be stunned, wouldn't I?
So it's only 12 damage instead of 24.
12 damage.
I'm not gonna argue, but
Yeah, you were
I
stunned.
suppose because I'm stunned, I'd be
you had
slower,
your
wouldn't I?
turn.
Yeah,
You were stunned on his turn immediately after your turn,
yeah.
and it's only just come round.
Right.
As that radiant damage hits him, you watch as his wounds were healing. Like the armor was repairing itself again, but it suddenly slows down.
Okay.
It's still repairing, but at a
I'm
much
still stunned, or
slower
I'm not
rate.
stunned. I don't know what's going on.
You're still stunned until the end of his turn.
Right.
It's now.
So I
his-
do miss my turn this round, then, yeah?
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Now it's his.
Oh
turn.
man, I hate being last in the initiative order. Sucks.
So you guys have kind of surrounded him.
I feel your pain, Steph. I feel your pain. It's so bad.
You get it now, you get it.
It's so fucking painful.
You might think
Everything-
it doesn't matter, but it really does.
It fucking does when you just like you sit there going, oh, this will be so fucking cool. I'm gonna do this and this and like
And
this
everyone
stuff.
beats you to it. Yeah.
So
God damn it.
he's gonna look at Urt and goes,
Yeah.
"You're a problem," and he's going to
I'm so fucking stressed right now.
how mean should I be with this?
You mean I can't be the only one to suffer?
Be mean.
No,
How many hit points does Urt have? Should I ask?
75.
We'll not go with that one then.
He's joking. I was just playing.
Don't kill Urt, please.
Don't
He
kill her again.
He points at Urt and speaks a word in a strange language that none of you understand. Urt has less than 150 hit points, so she is stunned.
Is there no save?
Spell,
No
correct?
save.
This guy's a dick.
That is power
The
words.
thing has
stun.
power words. Oh shit.
Yeah, this thing has power word kill if it wants it, and I was nice.
Mhm.
Ooh, fuck.
Sounds stressed.
He's then going to use his movement, so that is 5 feet to get 10
Wait,
feet.
he's out of my thingy, right?
Yeah, but you're stunned.
Fuck you!
Did
But
he move
Val
away
and-
from Val?
Val, you do get an opportunity attack, yes.
Okay.
Why don't you do something
I'm not
that's
only going to attack him, I'm going to go Relentless Avenger.
Okay.
So that means I can jump on the other side of him.
Oh, yeah, you can use that, can't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
go
he's
ahead.
moved. I'm now there, stopping him in
Owie.
space, and I also get to attack him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to smash him in the face with Mortimer.
Okay.
Does 14.
Worst
Does
Nope,
shit.
just skitters across his armor.
feeling in the world.
So since you blocked him there, he's going to move there. That's 20 feet of his movement.
When
He's
he,
gonna move. He never moved out of your threatened range.
but he did cast a
Blossom.
spell.
He did, yes, and you have Mage Slayer.
Mage
Yeah.
Slayer.
So yeah, you can make your opportunity attack.
Yeah, I did. The 20.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
20 just hit.
Okay.
20
Oh, it
is
is
what you needed. 20 is
Yes.
his AC.
I thought 20 would miss.
No, 20 is his AC.
Another 12.
Jeez,
12.
fucking hell. What
And
is
again,
this guy?
you can feel as the blade digs in, but it isn't doing as much damage as you would like. Okay, that is, he cast a spell, so that is his action. He moved, so yep, that's the end of his turn. Talia, at the end of his turn, the stun fades. Urt's turn, who is stunned, so she can't do anything this turn. She gets to make a con save at the end of her turn to try and
Wait, so
Throw
I
off.
didn't get to make a con save? This is bullshit. Why does she get to make
Or-
con save but I don't?
so
Different
your stun effect just lasts one round.
Oh,
That's
is it
it.
because it's a different stun? Because I got
This is
stunned
a
by a
different
weapon
stun.
effect and that was stunned
Yeah.
by power. Okay.
14.
That is not enough. Remains stunned
Fuck.
Okay.
for another round.
This is revenge, isn't it?
Yes.
For that time
Yes.
we stunned that ghost. God
Yes.
fucking damn you.
Blossom, your turn.
Sure. I'm going to use the Rite of Lightning.
Okay.
So, it's taking 6 damage.
Okay.
And then just striking not a
Shit.
damage for 23 and 22.
Yep, they both hit.
First one is 14 and then 4 lightning,
Okay. Damage.
16 and 1 lightning.
16 and 1 lightning. So that's 9 damage.
And also random castigation.
Okay, remind me what that does. What save that is for him.
I don't think it's a save, it's just if I hit Crimson right.
Yep.
I always know where he is, or always know the direction that he is.
Okay.
And if he hits someone within 5 feet of me, then he takes damage equal to one of my things.
Okay. That is
I
fine.
think.
Alright. Okay, that the end of your turn? Anything else or
That is in my turn.
okay. Vienna, your turn.
I want to do something a little bit more meaningful, so I'm going to cast Shatter here.
Okay. Shatter. So I'm guessing you're aiming it behind him and not wanting to catch anyone else in it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Are you? Is that a warlock spell? Are you casting that?
29.
It's a warlock, yeah.
So 5th level. Okay.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw gets advantage again. So that is 22. So he passes.
So it's half
So he takes
damage.
half the damage. Okay, but that is
That's
still
still pretty decent damage.
10. Round it up, so 5, so 15 damage. Yeah, that's a pretty hefty whack of damage. Ouch. Yeah, the rest of you just hear Vienna just snap her fingers, and then from behind this creature just and he gets rocked forward slightly, and the rest of the stained glass window is gone. It's shattered outwards now.
I was going to say, if he's wearing anything non-magical, that's gone as well.
No.
Okay.
A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried
Ah, right, okay.
that takes the damage. Okay.
Sweet.
Emily's turn. Emily is going to 5, 10, move up to there, and he's just going to remain ready for using projected shield should you need to.
You stay there.
Okay. Valdizian, your turn. You are still hasted.
I'm still hasted, so I'm going to end up right on the other side of him.
Yep.
And I am going to take full advantage of my 3 attacks against him.
Yep.
So
you have
1.
advantage because you are flanking.
So this is the advantage.
Doesn't hit.
Wait,
19 doesn't hit.
19 does not hit.
Oh, his
AC is
AC is 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Hang on, he's still
This
got the
is
advantage
second.
on this roll.
21.
21
That
does
one
hit.
hits at least. you got
Okay,
one.
so I'm gonna do that, and I'm also gonna have a look at my spells, and I'm gonna pump a level 3 smite into that.
So that is 2, 4, 5, 5d8 plus an extra d8 because this is an undead creature.
Okay, so 5d8, yeah.
68.
Oh, 68.
68.
So I can do 5d8 as standard, and then
Alright.
A 6d8.
I can
as
do
well.
another 6-1. There we go.
I'm assuming you were one-handed the spear.
Yeah.
So that's 5, 38.
You got one
Yikes.
more hit.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Hang on. I have to do maths.
Okay.
Let the DM do maths, this is important.
Okay. Yep. That was a pretty decent-sized hit. As Mortimer just finds a gap, and you just watch as this radiant blast comes out from within the armor, and you just hear him go, "Ah!"
Val's just like swinging, just like fuck you, like every time he's like failing or hitting, he's just like screw you.
Yep. Okay.
And then
Your third attack. That hits.
Nice.
I'm gonna check for.
Crit. Yep.
Oh.
Same thing.
I love it when you roll the same thing, it's so funny.
And then I'm going to pump a level 2 smite into that as well.
Okay, so that's only 5d8 this time.
Okay.
So one-handed on the spear again. So
Pumps another 15 into that.
okay. He is starting to look hurt.
Cool.
Like the armor looks like it's taking damage. Stop sending me messages.
I'm not.
Not you. The person who is. Okay. Rowan, your turn.
Not faithful, but I'll do it as a level 2 this time.
Okay, so that's only 4d4.
Okay.
4d4 plus 4.
2.
5, 7.
What
12.
level is Robin?
Same level as Zandal. I leveled her to level 8.
Oh, that's a point
Oh,
actually.
level
My
9,
character.
sorry.
I was
No,
gonna
level 8.
say, my character sheet is still level 6, so
Yeah. You should probably
Okay.
be doing more damage than she is.
So again,
Yeah.
just this flurry of bolts fly out from Rowan across to this creature. Okay. Zandal, your turn. Unless Rowan wanted to move. I'm guessing Rowan's not.
no, Rowan's not moving.
Okay.
So the severity of everything that has gone on, both political, physical,
Just bullshittery.
yeah, everything that's going on is almost going to send like Zandal into a blind panic as he's kind of sort of like trying to auger the barely held together Hagger to repair himself.
Yep.
because poor little guy's on 1 hit point from
God,
1
is
hit. Yeah,
How little health points does Hagar have?
he has 35 hit points,
Shit, I didn't realise he was that squishy.
and he took 34 in 1 hit.
Holy fuck.
So he's started mending himself, but yeah, Zandal's pretty much panicking at this point. So I think it's this.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Chaos Ball. Okay,
Let's
that
go.
does indeed hit.
Yeah.
Is it my
I gotta roll the damage type. It
So
Didn't-
9 and 3.
Psychic or... Why does it say psychic damage, 9 or 3? Which is it?
Well, that's
it
And
rolls
then 12?
two- yeah,
Is
it rolls
2 lots? How does that work?
2d8. It rolls 2d8, and then the damage is picked from one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So it's
added both
psychic
of them
damage.
together. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So, but it should just be 9.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
No,
be
it
12.
should be 12.
should be 12. So psychic damage. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does it? Grabs its head and sort of like shakes it around, trying to like obviously like shake something out of its head.
Damage roll.
Yeah, Zandal is now looking very confused, very panicked, and very like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Okay. Talia's turn.
Okay, so I'm moving in.
Yep.
And I want to use my action to cold iron chain him. DC
Okay.
17 con save, or we'll link together.
On shave, and it's not a magical effect, so he
Nope.
doesn't get advantage. That is a 25.
Fuck.
So he
Okay,
just
so
he
we're
watches
not
the
linked.
chain, tries to wrap around him, and he just sort of looks down it and just
Oh,
shucks it off.
Oh god, but I'm right next to him now, so bonus action is not a thing. I'm so annoyed that it's his action and not bonus action. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is your game? And then end my turn. Because I don't have it was an action and my bonus I can't use bolts from the grave because I'm right next to him.
Okay.
I mean, I could. It'd be a disadvantage, but I might still hit.
could
I mean, you
use
can.
that
Oh
before
fuck it,
your turn?
YOLO, why not? Why not? I'm trying to remember. Where is it under? Is it under actions or is it under
The
oh, it's under
bonus.
actions. So 1, and then I have to roll at disadvantage, so
What's the aura for?
What aura?
oh, okay.
21 hits. Yep.
Okay, so bolts from the grave. So damage. Hey, 20, not bad. That's something.
As the bolts slam into him, they
That's
do
not gonna
nothing.
do anything because he's
Okay.
fucking undead, isn't he? Shit.
At
Didn't
the
think of
start of his turn, he's taken radiant damage this turn, so
Saves.
does heal, but not much. He's outside
He's
of
outside
Spirit
of the
Guardian,
radius. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
moved,
sorry.
and he's just going to look at his situation and go, "Desperate times call for desperate measures." As he puts his hands together, and a spark forms between
He's
his
gonna
hands,
do what I said. Oh, I'm such a fucking
and it just grows and
I was
grows.
gonna give him disadvantage.
And it turns into this orb of fire, and he just chucks it at his feet. I need Valdizian, Talia, Blossom, Emily to make dexterity
Does Val
saving
not
throws.
get a reaction to this?
I hate it when they run.
Blossom does because it's a. Oh no, this is an ability, not a spell. So Mace Slayer doesn't activate.
So I'm assuming if it is an ability, not a magic spell, I don't get advantage on my dexterity save because it's
You
only
still get
AoEs on spells, isn't it?
You still get advantage on your dex save, yes.
Because of my boots. Okay.
Yes. And
So what are we
Urt
doing?
gets no dex save because she's stunned, so she's going to take full damage on this.
What are we doing? Sorry.
Dex saves,
19.
please.
Dex
19.
saves.
19 is enough. So 1 success.
That's Urt, and then
Urt
do
doesn't
Val.
get one. Urt is stunned. She cannot make a dex save.
Okay.
But she is just going to take full damage on this. There is
Val's 18.
that is enough to meet it. 10. What did everyone else get? I need to roll one for Emily.
Would Val not see him doing something weird and not have the ability to grab him?
Nope.
Aaron, you're on mute.
So a dex save.
I rolled for Emily. She rolled a 12.
Oh, right. I just rolled as well.
We'll take yours if it's better.
It doesn't pass, so it's fine. So Talia passes, Val passes. Oh no, Val passes. Blossom doesn't pass. Emily doesn't pass, and
I'm
Ert
guessing I don't
automatically
get
fails.
advantage because it's not a spell.
No. But so 10.
Hate it when they run. I hate it when they run. I hate it when they run.
I know, because there's no proof now that.
I know.
Well, that was my point. Like, I'm seeing him. I'm literally stood one square away from him. I don't know why I wouldn't have been seeing him doing something with his hands.
So
why I couldn't have just grabbed him?
Because
it's not the same because it's not counter spell. You can't stop. It's just it's just the way D&D is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So
It really fucking sucks. But
Emily and Blossom, you all take 36 fire damage.
oof.
Okay.
Oh, good. It's fire damage. At
I
least.
think
Emily
even
is
with
down.
I think even with the added HP that I forgot to give her.
How
when I
much
leveled up.
do I take for passing the save fire
So
damage?
you
Because it would be
take
halved.
Half, so halving it takes it to 18, and halve it again is 9 for you,
8, 9 damage. Okay.
because
18
you are
damage.
tiefling and you're resistant to fire.
Yep.
And he takes none.
Dick.
Because he is immune to fire damage, which is why he chose to do that.
Fuck.
Is he still there?
He is still there, yeah.
He's running though, right?
So Emily's down.
He just did something.
Oh, how does that
He-
work?
Cast that.
Each time the brand
doing?
creature deals damage, so does that just count as one time, or?
I would count that as one
You're back.
time, so
Sure. So
Yeah.
it
See,
would
each
take-
time I would assume that's
Exactly.
every attack until it wears off, like within the time limit. That's how I would interpret it. But unless it actually gives a time limit, how I guess you would have to interpret it as one attack.
but you're
Oh
gonna
no,
roll your
it's the AOE damage counts as one attack. It doesn't count as 3 because there's 3 of us here.
Mm.
So
Oh,
it takes,
that's
it
what you
takes
mean, right,
2
by one attack.
psychic damage from that.
Yeah, so it's one attack,
Okay.
but it just happens to be an AOE, so it hits more than
Yeah.
one.
So what's the damage from that for me?
2 psychic.
2 psychic, okay. So he takes that 2 psychic. Okay. And yeah, he is going to attempt to
Doing.
I'm just putting my dice back. Hang on. So he is going to attempt to move away, so all 3 of you do get opportunity attacks. So Blossom, Talia, and Valdizian all
I
get.
get opportunity attacks. Okay. Fuck. What do I do? What does more damage? Ebon shot is it disadvantage? So fuck it. I'll do the rapier.
The cat is
I
not
pressed
going
the wrong
to help.
button. I pressed the wrong button. Fuck. Panic. Ignore the 8. That's the shitty damage.
That's a nat
I
1.
pressed the wrong- No, that was to fucking. I pressed the attack button, not to hit. I pressed the damage first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did roll on that one. Okay, sorry.
So you rolled
I'm
the nat one.
distracted because there's shit going on. I need to go and take care of it, but then I had to roll dice.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Fuck.
You rolled a nat 1. Okay.
Bloody
This
cat.
isn't
So-
an advantage because it's going to move to the side.
Yeah, it's trying to move, so yeah, you don't get advantage.
Then I think you get an attack of opportunity.
You do.
You were away.
'What's
20
happened?
just hits. It's trying to move away. It's flapping its wings and it's trying to take off.
Okay, attack of opportunity, smash with Mortimer.
Okay.
Fails.
Yep. So 12 damage from Blossom. Takes it down to that much. Yep. So, but he has flown upwards, and he is going to fly up 20 feet, and then he's going to start flying towards the window. He's going to get to there, I'd say. Okay. Ert's turn. Ert is still stunned and now quite crispy. Ert needs to make me a concentration check for Spirit Guardians.
What's concentration check?
Constitution saving throw, and you need to
Okay.
beat half the damage she took, which will be 18.
Nat 20.
Yep, Spirit Guardians is still up.
Would she have also needed to make a save from being stunned anyway?
No, stun
From
does not
taking the damage.
Stun does not interrupt concentration. It's incapacitated that interrupts concentration.
No, I mean from taking the damage for
Yeah,
the
that's
stun.
the first.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Now she gets to make the con save at the end of her turn to try and not be stunned. You're gonna
Okay.
wish you'd saved that nat 20.
17.
Not enough. She is still stunned.
Stop him!
Okay. Annoying.
This is
Blossom,
like shade all
your
over again.
turn. It is 20 feet up and 10 feet away from you.
Get in.
Is I can climb the walls, can't I?
The walls are quite far away, but at the edge here is the stained glass window, which was wall to wall, which is now gone because of shatter.
Interesting.
I hate being at the bottom of the initiative order. This is just shitty.
Hey, he's at the bottom, not you.
You
I'm at
were
the
also
bottom.
at the top of the initiative order because you got a surprise round. So take that as
Good
you
to know.
went first.
It's
So
running. It's not done me any good, has it? To last is just the same as the bottom. Guys,
Hello?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I think
people on
Blossom,
pause. What's happening?
Blossom's just deciding
Yeah.
what she's gonna do.
I was reading up on some of my things, but I don't think that's enough.
Stop him.
I mean, you've got
Yeah,
the
there's
darts
no
and the
way
map
to-
if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my tracking thing anyway.
Yeah.
I suppose I've got a crossbow.
Yeah, okay, so crossbow attack. You only get the one because...
The window doesn't have a ledge or anything that's
No,
further
no,
off.
there is no ledge outside. It is just sheer to the side of the tower.
Yeah, I can't make the distance.
And you are probably 30, 40 feet up here.
What is my... I forget how crossbows work. It's plus dex.
Plus dex, yeah.
Do I get my dueling from the crossbow or not?
No, it's a ranged weapon, not a melee
It's
weapon.
just... Nah. Not even
You
close.
you fire and it just pings off the armor.
Fucking dice, man. Giveth and they taketh away.
Any movement, or is that the end of your turn?
I mean, for what it's worth, I will be going closer to it.
Okay. Alright, Vienna, your turn.
Make up that.
I don't know what to do.
Stop him!
I
There's
I-
any way of stopping him? Do it. I don't know what you
I
can
don't
do.
think it'll work. I'm gonna take a guess that
YOLO.
he's immune to being charmed.
You don't know.
YOLO.
I will
Dude.
give it a go. I will try and enthrall him.
Okay. Let me check enthrall.
Oh, I don't know. Well,
Wisdom
oh.
saving throw.
Don't know any elves that have wings.
Okay, so it has advantage on the save
Not
anyway.
this way.
Wisdom save. It's a +7, that's 25.
God damn it! I tried.
You tried.
Why did I give you those fucking dice?
lol.
Lol.
This is
Uh,
bullshit.
So,
Everything
any
I touch
movement?
comes to dust, but if I give my
Any-
dice to someone else, they're fucking great. This is bullshit.
any movement, Vienna?
There's no point. So
Okay.
Right.
Emily's turn. Emily, as a construct, doesn't have to make death saving throws, so it's just still down. Just needs Sandal to repair her.
Yeah.
Hit him,
Val,
Val.
your turn.
Cool. So Mortimer.
Yep. Are you flying up to meet him? He is 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, I'm flying up.
Okay. Okay, that's a miss.
Did you say because he was undead or something, I get advantage or something?
No, just you get the extra D8 on.
Oh, it's
Okay.
on damage.
There's something
Not,
in Mortimer.
not hit, but on damage.
That's fine.
Unless it says it on Mortimer, then
Ah, dang.
Third one. 20.
just hits.
Right.
The first two swing at him, and he just like bats them away with that battle axe he's holding.
And I'm going to pump a level 2 smite into that.
Okay, so that's 5d8.
Actually find the right thing to click. There we go. Another 18 damage.
22. Okay. Yep, the armor is looking really damaged now, and you can see this like black ichor seeping out of certain joints, but he is still standing.
Okay.
Or flapping in this case. End of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, Rowan, your turn.
Val's right next to him, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay. How far away is he from everyone
Aurora
else?
is- I don't know. If Aurora is-
So he's
with-
20
so-
feet up in the air, so he's 20 feet away from anyone else on the ground.
Just hit me.
Do it.
Hit me.
With a fireball?
Hit me.
With him still.
Yeah? I mean, you can tell me you want to aim the fireball so that it only hits him. I will allow that.
Yeah, Rawan will not want to hit Val. So,
Okay.
yeah. I
So-
only wanted to hit him.
So, dex
The
saving
next
throw.
question is, what level?
Yeah, what level are you
Highest you could do. Fuck him
What-
up.
what
Don't let him
level?
run.
Did you say she's level 8 now?
Yeah, it should have your max levels on that stat block I sent you. So you can cast up to 4th level spells.
Yeah, let's put it as a level 4.
Was she casted again?
Fireball.
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 Fireball. Not
So
fire.
so
Okay.
it's just him. So he's gonna
Fine.
make the save just in case. He makes the save anyway. But as you shoot it off and the fire roils in this massive explosion, it fades and he is just stood there unharmed. As he did cast a fireball at his own feet and take no damage.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's so
I didn't realise it was a fireball that you were casting, but
It was.
yeah.
It wasn't a fireball, but it's a similar effect. It was fire damage and he took none. So
Ah, okay.
Devil.
yeah. Okay.
Not really much
any
else
movement?
Rawan can do. No.
Okay. Sandal, your turn.
Looking at my spells. The only thing I can potentially do is how far. How far up in the air is he from the window?
He's 20 feet up in the air, but he's right next to the shattered window. He's like, if he goes 5 feet, he's out of it.
Okay. He has 40, so that's bang. So yeah, he's going up to the window.
Yep.
Repairing himself as he goes
Yep.
along. I've also amended the HP of both robots.
Yep.
Seeing as they were supposed to go up at my level up. So that's another 12 that brings him back to nearly full, and right, fire doesn't work, which is a problem. I only have one spell really. I also forgot to roll for the random effect on Chaos Bolt last time.
All right. Doesn't matter.
No.
I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
I forgot to check it as well. So
Yeah. It's that. Yes.
Dex save.
Tasha's caustic brew.
He passes the dex save, so
Okay. I think is it half damage or is it an all or nothing?
just checking. Stream of acid. Each creature in a line must succeed on dex save. Be covered in acid. So yeah, he takes nothing. It's nothing because he just dodges
He
out
dodged
of the
it.
acid. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I can do.
Okay. Talia, your turn.
She's gonna scream, "You fucking coward! Don't you run from me!" And she's gonna do a bonus action, Dark Fawn's Flaming Bolt, and then shoot him with Edmund Shot.
Okay.
So, we'll
We'll
see
get
if I
sneak
hit
attack
first.
because Val is next to him.
Alright, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
So that's 3 necrotic, 21 sneak, 9 piercing, plus we are level. Fuck, what level are we? 5th level. Range attack, steal, an extra 1d6. So increases again at 1d6. 11th. So we're not at 11th level, so it's 2d6. Is that right?
2d6 fire damage.
But both the
9?
necrotic and fire do nothing.
Yep, the bolt sinks in, and again,
Sneak
it-
attack
like-
level's decent. So.
like the fire, the necrotic doesn't seem to do anything, and the bolt doesn't do as much as you'd hoped. But the sneak damage seems to get through.
He doesn't react to me saying he's a fucking coward, then I'm assuming.
Well, it's his turn next. You'll find out.
Stop running from me, you bastard.
Okay, his turn. He heals for a small amount because he has taken radiant damage.
Yeah.
Now I feel I should have done shield touch because I just I'd have saved.
Yeah, you know what? He's looking at you, Val, and looking at your wings, and he just goes, "Enough!" Points at you, and speaks a word.
Oh fuck! Is he using power kill?
Are
on Val?
you under 100 hit points, Valdizian?
I am under 100 hit points. Yes.
You all watch as Val falls from the air, lifeless.
No, you don't get to fucking do that. No.
And he then just turns, looks at the rest of you, like he's heavily wounded.
Is there no reaction to that?
I
Nope.
grab him or
No
anything.
save. No
There's
save.
nothing I can do.
That is a 9th level spell. That is power word kill. If you are under 100 hit points and they choose to use it, you are dead. No
What?
death saves.
You can't do this.
I think you'll find I can. He just turns, looks at all of you, and just goes,
No.
and just starts flying out the window.
Wait, like unconscious or dead?
Ed.
Val is dead. Val is
No,
gone.
you can't be fucking dead. No,
Val
no.
is dead. But the creature is flying away 30 feet out the window.
I can't run at him or anything.
Blossom
like,
gets a
There's nothing I can
No,
reaction.
Blossom doesn't because he's 20 feet in the air.
Oh, okay.
He's outside of melee range. He is flying away, so I'm going to leave him there, but he is 30 feet outside the window if you guys want to continue this.
And all he hear is.
Okay, why am I letting this fucker go? No.
Ert is still stunned,
Yeah.
so at the end of her turn, she can make the con save again. Power word stun is strong.
Get off your face, DM.
How long does power word
con
stun
save,
even
yeah?
last? Let me just check how long it lasts.
Con save for yeah?
Yeah, I'm just checking how long power word stun lasts. Instantaneous.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Really?
It actually doesn't say that there is a limit. Literally, this keeps going until she saves. There is no time limit on power word stun. Oh my
yeah,
god.
the power words are
is
the
fucking
most
stuck.
powerful spells
Yeah.
other
No.
than this.
Somebody help Ert.
Yep, is still
I
stunned.
can't do anything. I've done my fucking moves. I wasn't expecting
Uh,
to fucking kill you.
Blossom, it's your turn. It's 30 feet
yes.
out the window.
Two of the most infuriating things. I fucking hate it when they run, and then you've
Val's dead.
again. This is the second fucking time, which means the
Get
DC's
head
higher.
for Dad Bard.
I mean, he looked at the possibilities here, and there was only one person who could chase him. and he had a surefire way to deal with it. He used it. He tried to knock you all down with the fireball. You remained standing. He tried to fly away. You chased him. He saved the most powerful tool in his arsenal till he needed it.
I mean, I'll take another shot with the crossbow, but
Do something.
it's... it hits.
Yep,
What's
that
the
hits.
damage on a crossbow?
Is it a regular crossbow or a light crossbow?
Hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow, that's 1d6. Plus your dex
Plus
modifier.
So for 7.
7. Again, it doesn't do much in the way of damage, but
Yeah.
it does do some. Okay. End of your turn, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay. Vienna's turn. I mean, by the way, this is 1 round. You have 10 rounds for Urt to get unstunned.
Hmm.
And then you may be able to do something about this.
10
Can
rounds?
you get
Would
it
I
help
not
me
be
away
3
for
rounds?
then? He's already running. He's out the fucking window, right?
For Revivify.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I need to get to her. Fuck. I
I'm
need to get
trying.
To her. No, I can sort.
Urt, is she
Oh, wait.
affected by magic?
Does
Is
that
it
only-
magic?
She is affected by magic. It is a magical effect on her.
Can I dispel it?
Spare the dying. Is that only on
You
unconscious
can,
people or
but
dead
it will. What level are you casting Dispel Magic at?
It's my drow. It's level. It's
So-
3rd level.
That is 3rd level, so you will have to make a d20 roll plus your spell modifier, as this is a higher level spell, so it is not just automatically cancelled.
Mine does nothing.
I will
for me.
tell you, it will be a DC 18 roll to dispel this ability.
Wait, no,
Spell.
my cow. Fuck, I have gentle repose.
What was? Hang on, let me just check. I haven't got anything else that
I
I'm.
can't find my items. Where's the fucking Raven Queen's crown? Please tell me I have that. Please tell me I have that.
No, I've got nothing
That'll be
else
fine.
I can use.
Calm down.
So...
No, I've got you. I think I have gentle repose, don't I?
Right, what was
Uh,
the roll? Sorry, Paddy.
I think
So
Vienna
it's
has me.
it's a d20 plus your spell casting modifier.
Yes, I do. Okay, if she can't get you, I can get you.
What is my spell casting modifier?
So it'd be the one used for Drow, I think it's Charisma.
So charisma plus your proficiency modifier.
If it's a racial ability.
Plus. So my. Ah, shit. What am I looking at? Charisma, which is +2, and my proficiency. Where
Which
do
should
I
be
find
plus 3, I think, currently.
that? +5 then.
So yeah, so you've got. So you need to roll a.
Yes!
Yes! The power word stun fades. Suddenly just sort of collapses forward, just going. And then go. Val! She can't do anything till her turn, but.
I got it. It's fine.
It's alright.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't panic. I got this.
Alright. So. Is that the end of your turn, Vienna, or are you moving?
She's kind of on the spot panicking at the minute.
We all are, to be honest.
Yeah, everyone's just like, oh shit!
It's like,
I mean,
yeah.
Val's died
The
like
gloves
3
off.
times
Put
before,
the
so...
gloves off.
This is the second time that you've died. This is not the third.
DM took the gloves off.
Unconscious is not. This is different to unconscious. This is like dead. Like
Dead.
I took the gloves off. I warned you I was taking the gloves off.
you
This
fucking
bird is dead.
fucking campaign.
It has shuffled off its mortal perch.
Oh,
Okay. So, Vienna, any movement?
no. She is stunned to where she is right
Right,
now.
right next to him. That's fine.
Okay. Alright. Emily, doing nothing because she's broken. Valdizian, dead.
Do I need
Rowan?
to take a death saving throw,
No.
or am I
No,
dead?
you're
No.
dead. You're
I'm
gone.
dead. Okay, cool.
You're dead.
You're dead. Don't,
Dead.
Dead.
Rowan,
This
your
is
turn.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Rowan is obviously absolutely devastated and pretty much is screaming at the moment.
Stop it. You fucking kick your ass, you little furry shit.
I mean,
Might wanna
that's
turn your
nice way
mic
to
off
talk
for
about Rowan.
there's nothing she can do at all
She could
that'll help
run
the
to Val.
situation.
I mean, I'm guessing she's
Yeah.
just gonna. She's shocked by the death of 2 people close to her.
The only
She's
thing
probably-
she's going to do is run to Val, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so
she'll
that'll
be-
be movement and
5,
action. You
10,
can get there, yeah.
20. Yeah, she'll be running over to it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
He's outside though, isn't he? He's not come back
Yeah.
inside.
He's
No, I
well,
fell to the floor.
Val
Oh, shit,
fell
running.
just inside. The thing
I
is,
went
Val
pancake
is
mode.
outside. So, Sandal, it's your turn. It is 30 feet outside the window, flying away.
Already's.
Okay, he has an idea. I'm going to hop off of Haga. I'm going to cast Mending on Emily, which triggers her
Fucking cats have lost.
It basically
spell.
Basically, just
Yeah,
brings her back.
so she also gets 1d4 temporary hit points as
Yep.
well.
So her optics blink back on, and she goes, "What happened?"
Oh fuck.
Fire! There is absolutely nothing. You can make it. Yeah, Hager's just going to go over and also just begin repairing, because
Yep.
1d4 temporary hit points is not going to be enough to keep her going.
No.
So let's d4. So yeah, she's at 13. Well, 14 plus 3.
Okay. Right. Talia, your turn.
I'm fucking running to Val and throwing the hood back, being like, Valdician, quick! Fuck! And she's gonna put her hands on his chest and be like, please, 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 and stop the clock. Gentle repose.
Yep. Gentle repose. Yep.
So that we have
Well,
more than
what
a minute to revivify him.
The cowl glows with a deep black light, which flows down Talia's arms into her hands and covers Val's body.
And she's just gonna curse and just be like, fucky damn it, slam her fist on the ground because there's nothing else she can do in end of turn.
Okay. The creature's turn. It is going to look back briefly. Okay. Talia, Blossom, and Rowan, if you could all make me perception checks. Blossom, this is with hearing, so you do have advantage.
24.
Damn.
No, that's not what I wanted.
18.
18, okay.
Yeah.
19, okay. So you all hear this, although it's barely there, it's just carrying on the wind. You just hear its voice say, Maloney? And then it flies away.
Okay.
And it is 60, it's just going.
I've
It's gone.
already said something, so I can't say anything right now, can I? Can I
It's
say
gone.
anything in a reaction to that?
No.
Fuck.
Well, talking is a free action, so I'd allow it.
Free action, I'm gonna be like, how the fuck do you know the name of my mother, you piece of shit?
But it's flying away. At this point, it is now 90 feet away. Okay. Ert's turn. I'm pretty sure I know what Ert's going to want to do.
Ert is going over here.
Although Ert only has 30 feet of movement.
30
So-
feet would get her to Val.
You-
Yeah, that's... Yeah, that's... Oh,
Yeah.
Because he's
Fine,
fallen
I'm
to the
checking.
ground at that point.
Yeah. I was just checking. So this
Uh,
guy is
Oh
gone.
my god, this is so stressful.
She has enough diamonds for 4 revivifies, so she is going to cast Revivify.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brings him back to 1 hit point.
So she quickly gets the crumbled diamonds out, lays them on Val's chest, does that, and then slams her hands down on the chest, and you just hear her go, Triferian!
I'm
And the
just like,
diamonds
fuck!
shine and slowly sink into Val's chest, and then Val takes a deep breath with a and Val, you are back at 1 hit point.
Yeah. I know it's not my action, but Val is gonna like try and reach to try and go and join back into the fight, but like he's being dragged down by everybody around him.
Yeah.
To like not join the fight because he's got 1 hit point.
Yep.
Don't
So
be
at
a
that point,
stupid fuck.
I think unless there's anything anyone wants to do,
I
we can end
think
it.
Sandal's just going to literally ask whether there's anything she can do for Dead Elf Lady.
Okay. So I'm going to say we're out of initiative now. This creature has fled. Although Blossom knows its location. How long does that last for, by the way?
I think it's permanent, but it only lasts while it's on the same plane.
Right, that's
if
fine.
that matters.
So you just know its general direction, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so that is the end of initiative.
It is technically Val's head in like Rowan's lap right now because Rowan's like
It's looking like that.
Is that how Rowan would be holding him?
Probably.
and Val's just gonna make a comment of like, we've got to stop meeting like this.
Fallen back on her ass and is just fucking hyperventilating, rocking backwards and forwards in shock because of what he said.
Yep.
Yeah, so is able to do anything for...
It's got to be within 1 minute.
Is going to
What music is that?
I was trying to find a decent music and that was not good.
Yeah.
I was half expecting a sponsor to start talking. I was like, what? DnD Beyond.
Is going to try and cast Revivify?
How many rounds has it been since we started?
Been 2,
five.
isn't it? 2 or 3?
5. I've been able to get off 4 different things.
4 or 5.
It's hard for me to tell.
So this is the
I've only
5th
done
round.
Yeah.
So it.
We'll probably try. If it's been less than like 8 rounds, we'll probably try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sprinkles the diamonds onto Lady Alauva's chest, prays to Trifarian, and slaps her hands down. Nothing happens.
Fuck.
The diamonds do not glow. They do not. Although the diamonds are expended, because you also expend the spell slot.
Yeah.
So.
Can Talia try and turn at the same time and be like, come on, and like try and twist the fates to see if she can give her advantage?
Is going to be using Adept Healer as well with her
Like,
black
try and
blood and
twist the
everything.
fates.
She's going to
I
like
don't know.
pour everything into it.
Just reach out blindly and try and change something with fate.
Nothing
that nothing?
happens.
Okay.
Vienna will call across the room to Talia is like, do you think your diary can do anything?
I used... It's been 2 weeks. It's been more than a week.
It has.
No, I can't. It's the constraints of the diary. I cannot change death.
Nope.
Damn it.
That's the one thing I can't do with the diary. I
If
don't
you
think anything I
wanted-
could have do.
If you wanted, you could bring that thing back, have it
What, say that
not
he
run
didn't
away.
leave?
Yeah.
I could try, I guess. I'm trying to think, how could I word it?
If you're going to bring it back, somebody's going to have to heal me fast.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure.
I'm just
I
saying
don't know whether that's a wise decision. I don't.
Yeah.
I think I'm too shocked by him calling my mother's name. I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. Talia's kind of looking very confused and angry right now. She doesn't know what to do. I don't. You could be calling at her. I don't think she's even listening. I think you're just an echo. She's just shocked.
Rowan.
We need to take action pretty much instantly. That has given me an idea, though.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Rowan.
They put their belief in a magic book. Your book is magic, and it is just documented. Lady Alawa, you see, he's just sort of like stumbling over
It'll
his
be
words.
written in your diary about
What?
her death.
Yes.
So we can prove that it wasn't us.
Rowan.
In your
Yes.
diary.
Want to believe a book? We're
Sorry,
not
Jem.
elves. They want to
Right.
believe us. We need to get out of here.
She was just seen.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry, the
We're not
DM's trying to
elves.
say something.
DM.
Sorry.
DM.
Yeah.
Yes, DM.
Rowan.
I'm sorry.
Rowan, you would know, no matter what you say here, you are going to be framed for this. You are a half elf and visitors to the city. In the tower of one of the leading families, the only ones who were with her when she died. The murder weapon is still here. It now has Xandal's prints on it.
Doesn't. I wear gloves.
Okay, but it
Ah.
still is
I
in
don't
your
think
possession.
fingerprint CSI shit
Yeah,
happens in
we
the
can-
fantasy
it
world.
is-
Let's be
We
honest.
can very
is-
easily hide the dagger because I've got
Yeah.
the sleeves of disappearing.
Sorry,
knife.
I'll let Paddy finish.
But
finish
you
and then we'll panic
also
and do our
know
thing.
that the main person who would be in charge of any investigation on this would
Is
be
the
Lord
Dusk.
Dusk as the other ruling
Mhm.
family. Now that there is no Dawns left, the Dusk family technically has ruling control of the city.
We need to get the fuck out of here. Now.
You
If
know
we're
the
already
only
framed for
safe place that
Take
you
the
can
weapon
take
and we run.
Rowan is to the Dark Dawn's hideout.
if
Rowan,
we're already
Bring you
framed
in and
for
believe in you.
if we're
We
already
get
framed
out
for
of here.
murder, should we not go and steal something as well?
What the fuck is wrong with you? No, we run. We get out of here. We don't have time. Grab the weapon. Hide it. Blossom, do something. We need to
But
get the fuck out of here.
heist!
No! Time and a place, you idiot!
I'm
I can't deal with this shit right now. We need to get the fuck out of here. I need to think. Let's go.
going to ask Paddy to say all of that again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Rowan, you know the only safe place you could go right now who would actually believe you because they know of the relationship between yourself and Lady Ilauva and they trust you is the Dark Dawn's headquarters, the Eclipse Warehouse in the Seafoam Ward. They would shelter you and take you in and hide you whilst collecting information to see what the fallout of this is.
Yeah. If push came to shove, Rawin would take the hit in a sacrifice to save her friends. She would pretend it was her rather than shift the blame onto them. But if there's a chance she'll still obviously guide them to the safe house anyway, but if...
I mean, you already know, you've just created a lot of noise. Someone used a
there's
shatter
no way
spell
we're going to get
and a
out.
fireball. So, but no one has yet come. None of the servants have come. And you know that most of them would have actually gone home for the day. After serving the dessert, Jeffrey would have already gone home. The other servants would have gone home. It would have just been you guys and Lady Ilauva here, which you get the feeling this assailant also knew. So there is no witnesses, but there is also no one to have witnessed any of this. The guards who patrol the Ivory District will likely have heard this and be on their way, but this has all happened very quickly. If you guys move now, there's a good chance you can get out of here.
We run.
But
We run right now.
Okay, we
Grab
run.
the weapon. Blossom, hide the murder weapon. We run.
Yeah, Xandal will hand
We don't have
Blossom the
time to
weapon.
think. Just run. We get out of here.
okay. So Blossom, you quickly put the knife into the sleeve, yeah?
Mhm.
Alright. How are you guys leaving? Are you going out the front door? Are you guys going
Can't
to
fucking know.
do something else?
Brian, you know this place better than us. Where can we go? We need to run. Run right now.
Would
Where can we
Rawin know the quickest way out? Or-
So roll me an intelligence check for
Ew.
Rowan.
have to be dice? Why does it have to be dice?
Well, this is for something else as well.
You guys
18.
won't be able to see my rolls because they're GM'd.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. 18. So, Rowan, you think about it and then you realize, hang on, there's something else I can do here. The medallions. You know that they're in the morning room, in the sunroom. There should be enough for everyone, and they will, until it is discovered Lady Ilauva is dead, they will give you right of way throughout the whole city. That will allow you to get out of the Ivory District and to where you need to go.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will have to answer to the guards as to why you want to leave the Ivory District. So
I
you
will.
know that will be that plus just running out the front door to the gate or maybe not running, but making a quick
Looking
walk so that you
calm,
don't look
yeah.
suspicious.
Quick walk. Nothing suspicious here. Don't be
Is-
suspicious.
Is
Don't
going
be
to be the quickest and safest way to get out of here.
Right, she'll relay that to everyone and we'll go searching for the medallions.
They're not hard to find. You
No.
knew where Lady Alava kept them, because she'd shown you them before and told you that if you ever needed one, just to take one.
Yeah.
Go.
So yeah, there are a number of these like white gold medallions with the symbol of a sun on them, which is the Dawn household symbol. So you each get one of them, and you can put them on.
Suspicious though, because they'll have been the last people to have seen her.
We're the suspicious ones anyway. No matter
Yeah,
what
true.
we do, we're
True.
This has
the
been
last people
deliberately
seen
set
with
up.
it.
Let's just
So
get as far
Yeah.
away from here as possible.
Okay.
We've been
so you
framed
guys-
regardless, so
Val is, whilst getting up off the floor at 1 hit point, is gonna basically slap his hand to his own chest and do healing. Lay on hands.
Lay on hands. Yep.
So he's got some hit points to be able to get away with, because he's on 1 hit point. So he's going to
Okay.
expend all 45, which leaves him at 45 hit points.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
All right. So you guys make your way down the tower, out the front door, closing it behind you, and make your way. Are you guys going to want to try and stealth this, or are you just going to casual walk?
performance check.
Before we
Uh,
check it, don't be suspicious. We're just going to run and try and look at least as
The
suspicious
other thing,
as possible by
to
walking really
bear in
fast.
mind is a number of you look crispy. One of you
Yeah.
looked bloody.
Fiona looks fine. She's like,
Yeah. Some of you do look like you've taken some like wounds.
We're probably going to try and blend in as much as possible.
should go.
So we're going to use that stealth to try and blend in, not just to like disappear into the shadows.
Okay. Group stealth check then, please.
Okay, good. Good job. I have good stuff. Hopefully, I can cover. for
Okay,
some
here we
of
go.
that. I'm probably gonna roll like shit. Rolled like shit. Yay! Oh wait, no. I have +10. No. How are we moving? Are we moving fast? Are we moving slow?
So you're going to be moving.
19, 15, so 16, 17, 18. So we'll say 20. I'll only get a +5,
Yeah.
not +10, because we're moving
So 20,
faster than slow
19, and 11.
because of my armor.
14. We'll get. Without Zandals, that is a success. Even with
Okay.
Zandals, if it's a fail, it will be a success. So you guys sort of move carefully, making sure that like cuts in your clothing or in your armor and the burn marks aren't showing too much as you get to the guard, like the gate. The guards see you, Rowan, you sort of approach and show the medallion, which lets them raise the portcullis, letting you all through. And you guys make your way from there, Rowan guiding you up into the Seafoam ward and round towards the edge of the wall, just sort of maybe 200 feet from where the teleportation circles are. There is a warehouse, large warehouse, probably 100 feet by 100 feet, and above the door is the name Eclipse Trading. The door is closed, but you can see there are lights on in the windows, Rowan.
okay. She'll kind of knock on the door.
Okay. The door cracks open slightly, and you see a familiar face looking out at you, Rowan. You see the friend who had actually originally written the letter asking you to return, Gerald Potter.
Just for the
He goes-
record, I named him.
Yeah. He looks at you and goes, Rowan, what's going on? Who are these people?
What's his name again?
Gerald Potter.
Gerald Potter.
He's a
Easier to
half
spell
elf.
than the other names.
He's a
Yeah,
half elf, very generic looking, very like one of those faces you would probably
Half-elf
forget
dark
fairly
dawn
easily.
agent, we'll just call him.
Yeah, he's got brown, sort of fluffy hair. Looks like he's just woken up. He probably fell asleep on his watch shift. You know he does that quite often, Rowan. But he goes,
So I'll say to him, these are my friends that I often speak about. We are in desperate need of help.
"Oh,
Like now.
well, come in. I'll get Dabanese. Come in.
Although she is still shifty about Vienna. She's like, I think this is a friend.
He's a friend. Don't be stupid.
He guides you in, and you can see inside. It looks like a typical warehouse. There's crates and bags and barrels of goods, and you can. Gerald guides you to a small office at the back. You can see there's like a lantern lit in there, but there's no one in the actual office. He moves over to sort of the corner and stamps his foot in a rhythm, and then steps back, and you watch as the floorboards, as a trapdoor lifts up, and another half elf looks up and goes, "All right, oh, Rowan, hello. What's going on?"
Shit.
There's something serious happened. We need to hide now.
Well, come down. I'll take you to Jasper, and he guides you down into this cellar. And in this cellar, it's a lot different from the warehouse above. It's all lit by these slightly glowing arcane crystals, and you can see there is a large printing press that is currently inert, but you can see multiple pamphlets and leaflets and flyers laying next to it, and big barrels of ink. You can see there is bunks set up around the sides of the room with numerous half elves sleeping on them, and they guide you across to a small room to one side. They knock, and a figure opens it, and you see this again, a half elf, long blonde hair tied in a ponytail, wearing basically a Che Guevara type outfit. Looking like green tunic, green like brown trousers, the sleeves cut off, not particularly well built, looks more like a speaker than a fighter. But Rowan, you recognize this as Jasper Dabanese, the leader of the Dark Dawn. He
Bah.
goes, yes, what's going on? Rowan, who are these people, and why do you look so like you've come out of a fight? Did the Dusk Defenders do anything to you?
We wish.
Worse, much worse.
Well, come in, and he opens the door and lets you all into this like small office. There's a bed on one side. You get the feeling he basically lives in this office, and you can see there is like scraps of paper on the desk, and he's been like scribbling out like potential slogans and new leaflets and arguments against half elf inequality and that sort of thing.
Val just bursts out and just goes, "Lady Alatha's dead."
Yeah, she was about to do it.
What?
She was like, she's been assassinated.
Oh my god. You can see that's
Ali's
just
just gone to a
that's
corner
just-
and she's got her hands on the wall and she's just like panicking and not saying anything. She's not.
And
She's not
we
hearing the
were
conversation.
there.
When it happened.
you can see Jasper is just in complete meltdown. He's like grasping his hair and is just like, oh god. Right. So I'm assuming this is a frame job potentially.
Absolutely. There was no way we could even try and talk our way out of it, even though it definitely wasn't us. Just want to point that out.
I believe you, and I can completely understand. Dusk would have thrown you thrown away you in the jail cell, thrown away the key, and organised for your execution without asking a question. Right.
There
Obviously,
was a high-level magic caster. Basically, commanded me to die. I nearly died.
More than that.
well, I'm glad you're all right. Blimey. Right, well, all of you are welcome to stay here. We've got spare bunks. Obviously, I'm going to have to insist you do not leave the cellar. You do not leave until we tell you it's safe to do so. We will... Tomorrow I will send out all of our people. We will listen to the rumours, the news, anything we can. Anything pertinent, we will report back to you and let you know, and we will form some form of plan after that. This is going to set us back years. She was the only one who would actually listen to us on the council and would actually do anything to help. Oh god. I need some time to process this. Rowan, could you please find your friends some bunks, some food, some water, whatever they need, first aid. I need to think.
And Rowan will do that.
Okay, as you leave, you can just see this man who is obviously meant to be this leader of this revolutionary movement just looks broken.
Fiona is the most chilled looking person in the room. She's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine sort of like Xandel's just sort of like just to try and get some sense of like normality back to himself. Is now just sort of like tinkering with repairs on both Hagar, Emily, wincing a little bit at the pain that was almost like cleaved in twain.
Yeah.
Talia probably looks as bad as the leader right now. She's not in a good place.
Yeah.
No.
But you guys are set up with bunks in a corner of the room. You're given some partitions to put up if you want some privacy, but that is basically all you're given.
When Rowan comes round to Val, like with cups and like trying to get food and everything, Val
I
just
mean,
likes.
Yeah, you guys don't particularly need food. You had just finished a feast.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But-
Val is like he goes into his bag and pulls out the bottle of moon wine and was just like, I had this for later, like to talk and stuff.
Well, at least you've got plenty of time now.
True, I can tell you what Armatae's got up to, and we can
Yeah,
go
I
through.
think that's basically like if they're hunkering down, that's going to be a lot of Rowan's going to be listening to the actual adventures of what they've been up to.
Yeah.
And Val's also going to listen back of what Rawin's been up to and kind of the underground movement and everything over a bottle of moon wine.
Okay. All right. Anything anyone else wants to do?
In shock.
Yeah, I
shy away
think
from
sort
the
of like the fact that there was really nothing that Xandel could do with this thing flying away. He's just going to use his rope to tear one of the patches off, withdrawing a 10-foot pole. And
Yep.
he's just going to start carving it up, ready to start building stuff using his tools. He's basically working cylinders now.
Okay.
Are you carrying a 10-foot pole? You're like 2 foot tall yourself.
He literally pulled it out of a robe. He literally tore off a patch and sort of like bang.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
robe of useful items.
Yes.
that's fair. I'm just like, you're very small yourself. Where's 10 foot come from?
Yeah.
It's telescopic. It's like one of those pointers where it's like.
But you guys spend the evening in talk.
I'm just pacing. I've not interacted with the group. I've just gone
Yeah,
away from everyone.
or
I'm
hang
freaking
on.
out.
Yeah, some of you spend the evening in talk. Some of you spend it in contemplation or panic. Some of you put your hands to work trying to deal with the stress. Others of you just mull over everything that has happened. But you all eventually manage to find some form of rest. You do complete a long rest. And the next day you watch as Jasper sends out the members of the Dark Dawn to listen to the news, the rumors, anything they can find. And you wait. And you wait. Every second feels like an hour. Every second sat doing nothing is like torture. But eventually, the members of the Dark Dawn begin to filter back in. And Jasper takes them one by one into his office and eventually comes over to you. By this point, it's probably about midday, and he goes, I've got good news and bad news.
Whichever's logical, bring it first.
What could be worse?
In a way, they're kind of intertwined. There has been no announcement of Lady Alauva's death.
What? Why?
I don't know. The only thing I can assume is that Dusk is keeping it quiet for some reason. Whether that is because he has no culprit to present, I don't know. But from what I can tell, the city is just continuing as if nothing has happened. However, the Dusk Defenders, they usually only patrolled mainly within the Dusk Ward and the Ebony District. They've started patrolling the Seafoam and Mudpath wards as well. Whether that is they're trying to find you, I'm not sure. However, this does mean that you can, if you wish, go out. I would advise you to be careful. Should you see any Dusk Defenders, I would advise not interacting with them if you can help it. But don't draw attention to yourselves, and if you can find some way to clear your names, that would be useful. But I'll keep my people on it and see what we can find out. But I will say Lord Dusk has not left the Ebony District today. Sorry we couldn't do more yet.
Everything you've done so far is appreciated.
This is incredibly complicated.
I can understand. I need to go talk to Yafane, see whether they have any advice for me. Although they'll probably just advise that we need to arm ourselves, but we will see. Rowan?
I don't think you realize just how complicated it is. The
I
killer, we saw him. He called my mother's name.
Obviously that is complicated for you. That doesn't really complicate things much for me.
I don't want to sound cruel, but I don't really care if it's complicated for you.
That's perfectly valid. I understand that. But there's not much else I can do other than what I've done already to assist you. Obviously, you're welcome to use this as a safe house or any of our other safe houses. Rowan knows where each of them is if you need them. But
what we need to work out is why this murder, why this assassination has occurred. Aside, I don't think it's just as simple as, favoriting, prioritizing half elves and trying to make
I don't
changes.
think it has anything to do with elves, Val.
I mean,
no, I know. That's what I'm saying is, why has this happened and why did it happen whilst we were here? That's what we need to sit and work out.
You've not met Lord Dusk.
He knows my mother, Val. Why does he know my mother?
Calm yourself. There could be many people. Calm. There could be many people with the same name.
That was just his
Until
one
we
word.
get
It
the
could be
fact.
Information he knows about all of us.
Yeah.
Until we get all the facts, we know nothing.
This is bullshit. And then she's just gonna walk off in a huff.
Okay. Jasper sort of goes, I would probably advise finding some way of finding more information. You can obviously ask around the streets, see what you can find out. If I was going to suggest a drastic course of action, which I'm sure Rowan will, as she is that sort of person.
Val just smirks that remark.
I mean, if you seem like a highly capable group. I've heard the stories and rumors. If you're looking for evidence, you're most likely to find it in the Ebony Tower. But if you do, we will not be taking any form of entanglement with that. You will be doing that on your own. We cannot risk that at the moment.
So we need to come up with a plan.
Technically, the only person who's probably safe to walk around and claim ignorance is the pink-haired person just sitting there going,
Quite
can I just
possibly.
walk in?
As a drow and as a diplomat, you have the best chance of potentially meeting with Lord Dusk. Whether you want to do that alone is up to you.
I'll have a think on it.
I mean, Vienna, you would remember Lord Dusk from when you met the council.
Yeah.
He's a much older elf, like he's in his like late 700s. He is very set in his ways. He respected you for being pure blood, but he still looked down on you for being drow. So it sort of put you at a neutral level with him. The only pertinent information that you would know, and Rowan would know this as well, Lord Elion Dusk is a well-known necromancer. He trained classically as a necromancer. He's never used his necromancy publicly, but he is a necromancer. It is known that he is one. It is public knowledge.
That's a point. Is the creature in the direction of the tower? The ebony tower.
Do you want to focus on that?
Well, it just says I always know the direction of it, so.
So you know the direction. So from where you are sat, you know that the creature is from where you are sat would be southeast, which you know is in the direction of the Ebony District and the Ebony Tower.
So it's possible that creature lives in the tower. Or is kept in the tower.
Was whilst we were in battle, was Mortimer like screaming anything at me or saying anything, or aside from the standard
thing? You take hold of Mortimer, and normally, as you said, you could feel his presence. It's still there, but it's like listening to someone at the end of a very, very long hallway. You can't make out a single word. Something is suppressing Mortimer.
Okie doke.
Not sure what to suggest, guys.
Is Talia still like she stormed off?
I'm just pacing. I'm pacing around, very agitated. She's confused. She doesn't know what to think. She's listening, but she's only half listening.
I mean,
she's very
distracted. There is potential of finding things out on the streets, or, as I say, feel free to try the Ebony Tower if you want. But other than that, the only other thing I could suggest is maybe to get out of town. But that's down to you. If you make a decision and it's something I can help with, please let me know. But for now, I need to go and speak with my members. And Jasper walks off back towards his office.
Val's going to basically go up to Talia and stop her pacing and just be like, we need you here right now. We don't need you, like, doing what you're doing.
Doing what?
What's the plan? You're the tactician. You're the one that knows what we need to do. What's the plan? What do we do? Like...
walks up to you, Talia, and straightens out her shoulders, looks you dead in the eye, and goes, "Shape up, soldier! Attention!"
Talia would just like... She's made her smile, but she doesn't want to admit that she's made a smile, so she's trying to hide it. She's like, it's not that simple, Ert. You don't understand.
Ignoring the family stuff.
Family?
You've said that it was... You're focusing on the fact that the creature said your mum's name. Taking that out of the scenario...
Who knows my mother's name is my father, and he's missing.
But taking that out of the scenario, how do we get more info?
I don't
How
know.
do we get more info?
I don't
Talia.
know, Val.
Talia, you said
What?
you was Black Ops. If you was in Fubar situation, what is the first thing you do?
I don't-
Collect intel. Make plan.
Yes,
Fall back on training. Yes.
you're right. And she'll just kind of breathe in and then breathe out and be like, "You're right. We need to maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know what to think."
Zandal
Get
puts
Val.
down his the piece of pipe that he's currently like trying to bore out. Just pulls out a piece of paper and goes, "Well, let's start with what we do know."
This fucker, he flies, he runs away like a fucking coward, frames us for a murder we didn't commit, and we're stuck in a shithole that hates anyone that isn't a fucking elf. Not seeing a silver lining here, Zandal.
We know that Lady Eliva was
as soon
killed
as-
by a poison. But
As
there's
soon
no
as
coming
Talia
back from.
says, I don't see a silver lining, Val just like smirks and kind of looks at Rowan and then looks back and tries to pretend like he hasn't done that.
Yeah. Vienna just kind of looks and says, "Well, let's start with a dagger. What can we find out with a dagger?"
Yeah, Zandal, you'll figure out things. Look at it. What is it? It must be magical.
So Zandal's going to turn his forger's kit into a alchemy kit.
Yep.
Doesn't
There was
block
still
that?
trace.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give you dagger.
Yeah. So the dagger still likely has traces of poison on it, isn't he?
Yep.
Doesn't it? So he's going
Yep.
to attempt to sort of like deduce what kind of poison.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you're going to use a Dormammu as well.
Yes.
What?
That's another.
Dormammu.
His flash of inspiration.
Yeah. So that would be
22,
plus
I
my
think.
proficiency modifier. That's 1922. Yeah.
So you take the sample of the poison and you run it through some simple tests. The results you get back are you have never seen anything like this. This is not so much a poison as it is a targeted chemical. And you sort of look at it, you then check some of the blood that's on the blade and you test it. This compound was made specifically for Lady Alava Dawn. Lady Alava Dawn, who had suffered a disease and survived it when she was younger, had never actually fully got rid of the disease. This compound made the disease stronger, activated it all at once, and was magically enchanted to make the disease basically break down everything. Like literally, you're watching the blood through a microscope, and you are watching cells disintegrate under the effect of this compound.
So essentially, what happened is because though it was enhanced in a way to basically cause it all in a burst form.
Yeah.
The reason she couldn't be revivified was because essentially she did die of natural causes.
Well, no. One of the reasons you could theorize she didn't revivify is this compound would still be in her blood, even if you had revivified.
It would
That
still be breaking
compound would
her
have
down.
still been breaking everything down. This was designed to make it so there was never a way to revive this person.
Either way, it's going to look like she maybe died of natural causes to anyone actually
Isn't-
looking at it.
I mean, other than the
Aside
stab
from
wound.
That's
the
good
stab
for her.
wound, yeah.
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 Also, is
Well-
that not weird in itself? Like, if you wanted to frame somebody for a murder or frame a group for the murder, would you not make something that's a more obvious poison, or would you not make it more obvious that somebody stabbed somebody to death, for example? If you wanted somebody to die of natural causes, would you not just do it as and when?
This is insane.
I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it will work. Give me the weapon a second.
Yeah, so you'll present the weapon over.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab hold of it and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try and see its fate, as it were. I want to see if I can glean anything, even like a flash of something of the person who wielded it, or
Okay.
the intention. I don't know what I'm asking the Raven Queen, but I'm just trying to sit there and connect to it with the cowl and see if I can glean anything.
Right. Roll me a wisdom check.
A wisdom check. So a wisdom check is just a straight, isn't it? It's not the same as a saving throw.
Straight wisdom, yep.
Straight wisdom. 15?
15. As you sort of reach out through your connection with the cowl to the Raven Queen and beseech any sort of vision, you all watch as Talia's eyes go this milky white, and her skin gains this sort of black lines as her connection with death deepens. And Talia, you see in your mind's eye the dagger being presented by a shadowy figure to this creature. It taking it, looking at it. You can hear muffled sounds as if it's like people are speaking, but you can't hear the words. And then as this creature turns, it picks up a helmet and goes to put it on. And you catch just the slightest glimpse of red skin as it puts the helmet on its head and starts striding down a metal corridor. The vision fades. And your connection to the Raven Queen breaks.
He has red skin? Like mine.
Like a demon that was seen before.
Like a tiefling?
Like mine, Val. Like mine.
Yes. I know what you're inferring.
No. Did she throw the dagger away and walk away? She's like, no, I refuse.
Talia, roll me a history check.
History check. Okay. Don't betray me, you piece of shit. 17.
You think back to when Degris was still with you.
Fuck you, Degas.
I think you'll find it is pronounced Degas.
when you retrieved those documents from Darga, and Degris took his time basically decoding them. You remember him telling you that he had decoded something. Tarlok Darkthorn was sold to a necromancer.
Oh shit. Oh
Alive.
shit.
Sold to a necromancer alive, but sold to a necromancer.
He ain't fucking alive anymore, is he?
next drinking victim.
Alive.
Anymore, I can't.
That's it, you've killed my brother.
And I think it's at
Do
that
it, you
point
fucking
that,
did. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't.
as that information sinks into your brain, and as you sit there trying to come up with a plan of action, that feels like a good point to end this week's session.
Yeah.
Little bit of a cliffhanger there. Hope everyone has enjoyed. Hopefully we will obviously let you know on all the social medias when the next session will be, and I'm sure I will have Annette after my throat at work for
Yeah.
this.
May. Probably.
Yes, most
Um,
likely the 20th of May.
Yes.
Yes. But until then, guys, obviously stay safe, enjoy your own games, enjoy watching any of our back catalogue available on YouTube, whatever you want to do. There will be shorts, there will be giggles, as usual. Until then, have fun, stay safe, and we'll see you next time for me traumatizing these guys more.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Fuck you.